Alrighty, everyone, welcome back. I don't even know if I can call this Arizona franchise, Cardinals franchise anymore on my end, but it's still New York Giants sim franchise. But I'll still be keeping an eye on the Cardinals. But at the moment, Tommy Salami remains unhired, so we will just let that happen. Maybe he'll get signed next year, and we'll just be sticking with the Patrick Bailey Broncos for now on my end. Um, Welcome Voodoo, by the way. Forgot to say that.
Welcome to Voodoo. Yeah, if you didn't, if you didn't see the end of, I guess maybe not the end, but before the last Super Bowl of last episode, yeah, Tommy Salami was fired after an unsavory season for the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but it is what it is, and
Business.
yeah, business it happens, man. But let's quickly look at the first. I mean, we'll see both, but let's look at the coaching firings. We also do see C.J. Stroud gets released by the Texans. Also, Marshall Malone is no longer a Steeler. He gets released. Um,
Oh,
a lot of people just trying to make money room, which fair enough. But to scroll all the way down because a lot of teams just fucking fired a bunch of players. But Bills clean house again. I mean, it feels like this is a bi-yearly thing now.
yep,
Um,
yep.
they still really haven't put it all together. Especially when they let their quarterback go, Magana. I don't know why they did that, to be honest, because that was the
Yeah.
first time they've had a good quarterback since Allen. Um, But aside from that, we also see the Lions clean house of their crazy group of Todd Bowles, Kellen Moore, and Aaron Glenn. They lasted a little bit, but they went back to being bad. So cleaned house there. And then we see the Titans only fire their offensive coordinator, Kevin Stefanski, and their defensive coordinator, Alex Anthony. I'm assuming we'll have to look at retirements as well. Their offensive coordinator retired. We also see the
Yeah.
Steelers fired just their head coach, along with the Cardinals getting rid of Tommy Salami. Um,
Yep.
but I guess let's quickly look at the retirements first before we see who gets hired, just to go through everything again. So we see Kamari Lassiter, Jared Verse, big one, Walter Nolan. He retired at the top of his game. He was probably still like a 95 or something. Um, but retires as a Titan, Cardinals legend. See Caleb Johnson retires. Cam Scadaboo, former Giant legend, retires as a
Yeah, that was
Ram.
bound to happen. That's a sad one to see.
Yeah. See Christian Gonzalez, Trent McDuffie, Drew Phillips, the former Giants. Also Jimmy
Yep.
Jeffries, who was one of the centers that we saw get drafted in the first round. Brian Thomas, Mason Graham,
Yep. Yeah, we
also
didn't check
close.
specifically team retirements, but yeah, I mean that's really that for the Giants, but
Yeah.
that's a big one. That was a big
Yeah.
one. He got tagged to play his last year, of course,
Yeah. And honestly,
um,
probably for the
or get the 1 year
best.
contract. Yeah,
Yeah. Probably for the best that you didn't even have a choice to re sign him because I feel like the Giants would have still managed to find a way to re sign him for some reason. Jonas Avaiania, Dallas Turner, Tyler Smith. A lot of these younger guys in real life finally on their way out. Amarian Hampton, Marvin Harrison Jr., the Cardinal for his entire career, retires. Will Carr, former Cardinal right tackle, retires. Jack Sawyer retires. Will Johnson, also Cardinals corner, formerly retires a Bengal. Edge Cooper, Olufashinu, Torrey Horton, Giants legend, retires.
rest in
Uh,
peace.
Juan Morgan finally calls it quits after a horrible year, a career, I should say, with the Commanders for majority of the time, I think. Um, Greg Rousseau, Kyle Hamilton, former Cardinal, retires. Troy Fontenot, Derek Stingley, Jordan Addison, Quinion Mitchell, Josiah Stewart, former Giant Javon Holland,
Yep.
Xavier McKinney, also former Giant, but before your time as coach.
Yep.
Jalen Carter. Um, Honestly, a ton of names here of older. Well, now so
Yeah.
they're older, but
Datu
guys that
Latu.
were, yeah, guys that we're more so familiar with in real life. But also the Titans head coach John Grant retires, along with the Bears head coach Scott Anderson retires. So I'm a little surprised that I didn't get hired with all those head coaching jobs available, but it's fine.
That sucks. Yeah.
Uh, let's look and see who got signed, because we did see some here. So Titans, bring Aaron Glenn in as the head coach, and he keeps Kellen Moore as the offense coordinator, and Carl Davis the defense coordinator. I don't know how I feel about that one.
Let me get to what you're saying. Sorry. Oh, let's see. Okay. You talking about the Titans?
Yes, sir.
Titans. Yeah. Not sure. I think Aaron Glenn. I think he's had his time as a head coach. I'm surprised he got another job here. Titans. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that either. I don't think that's a great move.
Yeah, but Bills decide to bring in Shane Steichen, who hasn't really had a head coaching job in a while. He's been an offense coordinator a couple times, but he brings in some young coordinators heading to the
I don't
Bills.
mind that one as much. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
that one's a little better.
they've struggled to find any stability, so maybe Steichen will bring some. We'll see. Um,
We'll see.
Steelers bring in Todd Bowles, veteran defensive minded coach, as their head coach, so that's an interesting one. Uh,
Yep.
Bears bring in a young guy, Brian Harper, and then Coach Kevin Stefanski headed to the Cardinals in place of Tommy Salami. And then the
Interesting move.
Lions, yeah, the Lions bring in a young guy, Rod Starling, bring in Jim Harbaugh as offensive coordinator, and then the defense coordinator as well. How do you feel
I
about
like
these
that.
moves?
I like the Lions actually quite a bit. Jim Harbaugh, his offense is usually pretty. We kind of think to Justin Herbert in his last year, and the year before that, of course. I think Harbaugh had a pretty good offensive kind of scheme, and I like that with the younger head coach. So I think the Lions, I currently like their move the most. I'm not sure about replacing Tommy Salami with Kevin Stefanski, but sure. Okay. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. This might be one of those throwaway coaches that you use to get some good draft picks and then fire. Uh, Brian Harper, sure, get a young guy, that's fine. And I guess lastly, yeah, for the Steelers, I kind of like the Todd Bowles move. Out of all the real coaches you could get, I think Todd Bowles is probably the best one. A team like the Steelers could end up with. I think this makes more sense.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's fair. Um, but I'll be interested to see which one of these teams decides to fire their guys next year, and then maybe Tommy Salami takes over.
Maybe.
We'll have to see. But aside from that, uh, is there anything else?
I don't think so. I guess we start getting through free agency and check out mock draft 5, and we can go back and see mock draft 4 because we did
Yeah,
skip over that one.
can I guess actually real quick, would you do me a favor? Can
Want
you
commissioner?
actually um kick Blaze Bowl out, because
Oh,
the auto and then bring him back in because the auto stuff was off, so none of the resignings have happened for the Broncos, and I don't want to
do you want me to?
make
You want to
anything.
kick him?
Yeah, kick Blaze Bowl, and then we'll reinvite, and then I'll come back as a
Okay.
team.
I did make a small. Small issue. I think I just gave him commissioner. And they just gave you commissioner. I
No,
was gonna. I thought you were gonna ask me to give you commissioner so you could sim and stuff.
no.
And I think I just handed you commissioner entirely, so I actually can't do
Oh
anything
my
about
god.
your position
Oh my
in the league.
god. Poo poo voodoo. Strikes again.
I
Bro
hope you.
woke up
I hope you don't mind.
bro woke up a half hour ago, and he's giving it the rights away.
Yep. Yeah, I can't kick you, so I think you have to like remove yourself. Or give me like a commissioner, I guess, or remove your whatever.
Did you give it to him?
You can. Yeah, I gave it to Blaze Bowl. I don't have.
Oh
I
well,
can't kick you anymore.
I can't give you commissioner goals. You're not a commissioner haver. So
Am I not a commissioner
I don't
haver?
know. You
This is like
you don't have there's you're here.
I can clear cap penalties. I don't
Yeah, no, I can't give
don't know what
you
I just
any.
played.
I don't know what you
Uh,
did, but you're fucking things up here, Voodoo.
yeah, and I think pretty tremendously. I can't remove you from the league. You're just stuck here.
Gosh,
You are
okay. Hold on. Hold on. Let me stop the
We have to invite.
recording. All right, technical difficulties fixed. Uh, we figured it out. So we're back. All the resignings have been made for the Broncos. If they could, I don't even know. They have how do they have so much money? Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Uh, insane. But I guess I don't know. Maybe look at team salaries and see maybe who's going to be on the way out for our teams. We'll start with the Cardinals since I'm not there anymore. It looks like they're finally getting their cap space back. They have looks like 57 mil right now to work with. It does seem like they will be losing their former early pick Zachary Minshew, um, who's developed pretty well, but linebacker. But he's probably going to be leaving 81 overall. And Dylan Easley's the big one. 32 years old, 94 overall. I don't know if they're going to bring him back or not. I don't feel like it's insanely necessary, but we'll see. And then Cam Little, the kicker, leaving, and that's really it. So everything else is mostly depth. So I don't know. Maybe this can be a turnaround year here with some signings for the Cardinals. I really hope so. Even though I'm not their coach currently, I would love to see them turn things around finally after a couple bad years. But how about your Giants? Let's see what they have going on.
Well, my Giants, I'm also hoping for a turnaround because I think if I don't turn things around, or if we, God forbid, have a worse year, I think peak is going to be chilling with Tommy Salami. We are going to be New York Jets,
Maybe.
and yeah, things might be pretty bad. But it actually looks pretty good for us in terms of who we're losing. I genuinely think the biggest player we're losing is Akeem Woodson. I'm not
That's
even kidding.
tragic. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's a Super Bowl potential winner for a team if he goes somewhere else.
true. I love Akeem Woodson, but no, his the rest of these guys here, the long snapper, the kicker, the punter, backup quarterback. I mean, none of these guys in the fullback, sure,
Yeah,
but
it's mostly
we're not really losing
replaceable.
anything.
Yeah.
Maybe Jack Sherman, the Sam linebacker, just all stuff that we can replace. Also, I didn't realize we have Joshua Ramos' brother, Joey Ramos, the Mike linebacker,
There you go.
but he's
Yeah.
not leaving. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
everyone else
Not a bad
is
year. Not a bad year
definitely
for,
no.
and you still have a little bit of money, so maybe you can sign up a player or two for
Maybe.
somewhere. I don't know on what specifics. Maybe left tackle if there's someone would be good. But
Oh, no. Not a bold suggestion. We'll see.
we will see. But I guess we'll just advance. If you're gonna have to do the simming here, because I don't want to get caught with the the fucking the commissioner stuff again.
I got you.
So otherwise I'll have to go to my other account, and that's a pain. But
So we're gonna go to. You want to go to week free agency 2, and then
yeah,
we'll.
we'll look at mock draft 5. See if anything looks interesting for our teams. And by the way, we are filming this on draft day in real life, Thursday. So it should be very fun to see what happens in real life. But looking at the draft right now, mock draft 5, Titans have the first pick. Looks like another big defensive line front class. All top 10 are edge
Yep.
rushers or D tackles. Stretch out to 11th even. Colts maybe taking a running back, quarterback, who's a second to third round true talent, who's a top 5 projection going to the Vikings. But
Ooh.
where are the Cardinals' first round pick? Oh, I missed it completely. They're
Yeah.
looking at maybe a D tackle Montrell Landry, which I mean, if they lost easily, I don't hate it if he's best player available. But
He's around on talent.
okay,
You
there
got
you go.
that.
Looking at your pick though at 15, Quincy Traynor, USC, strong safety.
Those guys are pretty good, huh? You know what? I would definitely like it more than defensive line. I mean,
Yeah.
we have depth at strong safety, which is kind of so we have an 80 overall star guy we drafted last year, McAdams. Then we have Sanford, who's 83. But those USC safeties are are usually built different. So
Yeah, he's probably a
would be the
guaranteed
worst. I
80 at
would
least.
prefer corner because we still have 271 overall
Or
guys here.
yeah, like
So
maybe
it'd be
Elijah
nice.
Teague who just goes right after you possibly, or Lamar Brooks, Denzel Rudolph. There's a couple guys that could go.
Yeah, or Mike linebacker because we actually have nobody at Mike some
Or
reason.
left
Yeah,
tackle. There's actually some left
or
tackles taken here in the first as well.
we know that we're not. I don't think we're taking an offensive lineman,
There's
man. It's been way
probably
too many
not.
years of us asking for it.
Yeah, but hey, you never know. You never know. You could be
Ship the
wrong.
sale receiver could be receiver. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
Really,
your best receiver's leaving. So
yeah. And Cameron Snow is regressing, so Combs might actually surpass him next year and be RB1. He's only 85 overall now, 31 years old, star dev, and Combs is in the second year, 84. It's just stuff to note, but
there you go.
yeah, I think the strong safety would. I mean, of course, he's probably going to be elite because USC safeties, just strong safety specifically, are usually elite. But yeah, I don't know. I think there are some bigger needs for sure,
That's
but we'll
fair.
see.
But he could also, come down and play linebacker, honestly.
Maybe or even maybe slot corner. I don't know if it depends on how fast he is. But yeah, I guess we'll see how that all shakes out. You want to continue to
Yeah, go for it.
go free agency recap?
Oh, I just got a big spender achievement for winning a bidding war for a 90 plus overall. So that's a little tiny spoiler for the Broncos.
Oh, okay, that
But go
is.
one more week and we'll see what players got signed here. So let's click over to quarterback. And this always happens, man. D'Angelo Callaway, who was replaced by Mitch Wilds, goes to a team to replace a quarterback.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me do a free agency recap. Here we go.
I
All
forgot.
right.
I forgot he had
Wow.
97 speed.
Wow, you do. Yeah, he's that's a. Oh, what the hell?
I
He's really
know.
good. And wait, who? He's replacing William Banks. What the
Yes.
fuck?
Yes. It's just a cycle. It's a cycle. It's like literally
Oh,
it's been a domino effect, right? So
did they re-sign William Banks? Is
I
that the
don't
reason that
know. I
they're
don't know, but
maybe?
it's
I
very
don't know.
funny how it works because Dart obviously went to the Niners. Both of them left, him and Purdy. Purdy went to the Colts. That didn't really affect anything. But then Dart went to the Saints to replace
Mitch
Wilds while he
Wilds.
was there. He went to the Ravens to replace D'Angelo Callaway, the second year quarterback, while he was still there. And then Callaway now, finally hitting free agency, heads to the Packers to replace Banks, who will probably head somewhere else to eventually replace somebody. It's crazy. It's just this domino effect of quarterbacks being thrown around to different teams. I mean, he's a great
Man,
player. It's just like, and I think he is an upgrade over Banks. It's just like, I don't know.
just yeah, it sucks because you draft the quarterback thinking that he's your future, and he does pretty good for you. Once you a playoff game last year, but like, they're just really confident in getting this upgrade. They signed him with a 6-year deal. D'Angelo
Yeah,
Callaway is a Green Bay Packer,
yeah, for a
whether they like
while.
it or not. So
Yeah,
it's yeah, and actually a couple other interesting moves at quarterback. So the Niners pick up Eddie Page. Who was their quarterback before this
last
signing?
year, it wasn't Richardson still, was it? I
No,
can't
Richardson I
remember.
think was gone at that point.
It
I
was
have no clue.
it doesn't really matter. It was like a veteran or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, but I think
uh
this should be a starter, maybe. Eddie
maybe.
Page might be a starter. I actually like this for the Raiders. So they pick up Derek
Yeah.
Hodges, a superstar quarterback, 26 years old, QB of the future. And then they also signed CJ Stroud on a
Sure.
basically a vet minimum
X
contract
Factor too.
with X Factor with
Yeah.
the mentor tag. So you
Very
have a good floor.
very cheap. Yeah, that's
Exactly. Very cheap and a
I
good floor and a mentor for your young quarterback that
I
you
like that
signed.
a lot. Derek Hodges has been in free agency quite a bit and he just finally hit that overall of where he's like wanted. So
Mhm.
yeah, I like the Raiders pickups there. And I do like the D'Angelo Callaway signing. It's just still like I hate the process of everything. I mean, to be fair, it all started elsewhere. I mean, Dart should have never went to the Saints in the first place, and that caused everything
Yeah.
else to go downhill. But that's besides the point. Guys that weren't signed, Clay Tyson, Eddie Esquivel, who man, a tough career for him. He just never really got a shot. Um,
Yeah.
really just a
Gabe
lot of
Pearman's here.
Gabe Pearman,
Yep.
Cam Ward. It's a lot of veterans. Justice Witherspoon, who was so close to winning a Super Bowl.
That's tough.
Um, But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of guys there's some younger options here, but it's mostly veterans who are serviceable enough to play if they need to. But you're not really attaching your future to any of these guys. So
Yeah.
Callaway was definitely the big one there. Moving to running back, Nate Hickman is the new big running back for the Steelers. I believe he was a Viking. Yes, he was a Viking for 8 years. Um, they cut Malone, so he's going to be their supposed new RB1. Dolphins bring in
Mhm.
Jose Macklin's a decent one, and then two backups otherwise. Anyone crazy available? I feel like it's a lot of the same vet guys. Although Matt Wright
Yeah,
is no longer a Bronco.
that is big.
Um,
Malachi McClain as well. Wasn't he the Cowboys' first round pick?
uh, possi- possibly. It's been a while. I don't remember, but I don't know. Yeah, it's
Oh,
Marshall Malone. Yeah, he's kind of getting older and regressing, but it's the same thing we say every time at this
oh,
point. It's just
Malachi McClain was a second round pick. Apologies, the pick 3 in the second round, but he was a
yeah,
Cowboy. Oh,
yeah.
there you go.
But
Okay.
but yeah, these guys are serviceable. They'll get signed and probably get some play time, but nothing super wild. Um,
Yeah.
Fullback Alejandro Acosta, another Acosta guy going to the Rams. Ben Barron, man, he needs to get signed, man. This
I
guy,
agree. I think if one fullback deserves it, it's him. I feel like
yeah,
he's pretty good. He's superstar and he's young and not very expensive.
yeah. I don't know though.
But oh well.
Titans, I
Yeah,
like this move a lot.
ooh,
New coaching staff. They get the Bengals receiver who's been getting really good production. He's up to a 90 overall superstar dev for 3 years. I think that's a great move for them. Max McMillan, a nice veteran for 3 years for the Saints. And then JSN not retiring, surprisingly. Sticks it out and heads to the Pats for a very cheap deal,
yeah, likely he's probably gonna retire on the Patriots. I'm gonna assume.
probably. Um, I will say the Broncos do sign Will Bush, who's an 81 overall 6'5 receiver. He's 27 years old. Short. Um, Walt Snead's still here. You see Cade Barnett, the brother of Glenn, Falcons receiver. Tet
There you go.
McMillan, Keon Coleman. A lot of those vets in here. Zach Firecrocker is here, but yeah, nothing super wild outside of that, honestly. Tight end, no one signed.
Which is
Um,
weird. There's some solid guys here for
yeah,
sure, but
Taylor
no
Reyes
one.
specifically, but yeah, it's that situation where it's like, they're just gonna get picked up in the post draft free agency, and
Mm.
you know that is just kind of how things have gone. Left tackle, there we go. Cardinals making a move
Oh,
that I like. A mentor, 30-year-old, 81 overall superstar left tackle for a 1 year deal. I like that for them a lot. They needed left tackle so badly last year, but they finally filled the hole, finally getting money too. So great signing there. The only really big notable one at left tackle, and it's really left tackle is starting to look pretty abysmal if you need one in free agency at this point.
yeah, you're gonna have to rely on some of these guys who have shown some not great things on tape, and they're also very expensive.
Yes,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
they might get picked up in post draft, but like they're not going to sign
absolutely.
for the amount that they're asking. I do like this signing for the Commanders though. Colin Roseman, 2 year deal, 86 overall left guard.
There you
Um,
go.
Also the Seahawks bringing a superstar dev left guard on a 1 year deal with 71-year-old Sam Thomas. Interesting.
Yeah, are you gonna talk about the big one though?
Oh, well, see, I don't see it when it's only unsigned. When I looked at my signings, this is a big one. Former Cardinal, 86
Yeah.
overall, 32-year-old superstar dev, Sam Redding, former Cardinal, not heading back, I guess, heading to the Broncos for a 1 year deal. Where has he been his whole career now? He went to New Orleans for a bit. It was Miami last year. And now, he was the award winner last year for AFC Offensive Lineman of the Year. And he's a nice pickup for the Broncos. Um, Jose Morales is in free agency still. Um,
Yep.
Former Giants, obviously, but a lot of, whatever
Not
is
as a lot
serviceable
of the
enough.
same
But
depth individuals.
yeah, center, a lot signed, but most of these guys are just kind of bridge options or
Mhm.
depth options. Nothing super wild here. Um, Including the Patrick Casey signed to the Broncos for a 1 year deal, but yeah, Nick Reveron, former Bronco, still sitting here. See a couple other guys that are, yeah, they're past their prime for sure. We've
Yeah.
kind of seen a little bit of a turn, I feel like, with some of these linemen. I feel like they're regressing to a point. Like I feel like a lot of those retirements happened, really cycling out a lot of those older guys that were higher overall sticking around, and now we're seeing a little bit more of those still decent enough, but they're not going to move the needle enough, I don't think, for
Mhm.
a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
at
It's
right
true.
guard, this is a big one for you. Not for you specifically, but for your uh, just the lore. Commanders get another really good guard, Carlos Harrell, former Giant.
Yep.
How do
Former
you
Giant.
another
They're
Giant? They
trying to
love the
just
Giants.
they want to be us. They're in our division. They want to be
Yeah,
us, but they'll never be us. They'll never
they'll never
be
peen
us
us.
ever. Never be us. Aside from that, just a few depth guys like the Titans getting a guy, Seahawks getting. They get a superstar actually, but
Yeah,
he's 30,
decent,
so
but
ultimately not too sure.
decent bridge guy for sure.
And at guard, Tyler Brooker is still here. Okay. He's asking for so much money. Good
Yeah,
lord.
yeah, but he's
All
good.
right,
He'll sign somewhere.
definitely Justin Fields as well. Of course,
Yeah,
the guard will
yeah,
sign somewhere as well. A couple other guys down here. We can probably move on pretty quickly from that.
yeah.
Right
Ooh,
tackle.
some nice pickups here actually. Max Taft is a really good pickup for the Raiders. 3-year deal for him. I've liked their moves honestly. I think the Raiders and Seahawks have had some nice moves so far, and Commanders too. Seahawks really
Cardinals do sign someone here
building
as
their
well in
guys.
this sea of
Dennis
signings.
Peters, which I mean, right tackle is also a big need. Our second biggest hole, and another 1-year deal bridge guy. I'm content with that. I mean, I think that's what they needed to do. It's just bringing guys to fill the holes in better than the other guys did. Which I mean, hey, yeah, filling holes. We love to see it. But yeah, I mean, a lot of those vets are still here. Like more of the young guys in real life, like Mims and Membu and Connerly, and some other guys, but nothing super crazy outside of the guys that were signed. Um, Edge, looking at left edge, the biggest signing here is the guy we can never escape. Oluwafemi Oladejo, former longtime Titan, surprisingly leaves Tennessee. I guess he wanted to finally win a Super Bowl, so he heads to the Broncos, who were just short of winning. 2-year deal, 93 overall superstar dev still. He's very good.
And Denver's also a winner of this free agency. That's a great pickup for
Yeah,
them.
they've
They
done
could get
well.
that defense even scarier.
Yeah. And outside of that, some decent pickups. Cordell Humphreys for the Chargers, Madrano for the Steelers, but some decent options. Quinones, who was in the Super Bowl for the Falcons for a little bit, going to the Jets, but yeah, nothing like super groundbreaking outside of Oladejo, but
Oh,
some solid
there,
players.
there are some guys here that should be. I mean, Cameron Pearman's
Yeah,
here.
yeah, former
The game
Steeler.
wrecker of the Giants Super Bowl there, and he's
Yeah,
definitely going to get a contract after the draft. Mike Green, same deal. Zach Widener, brother of Mike Widener, also going to get paid. And aside from that, yep, the rest of these are kind of depth guys.
yeah.
We head over to D tackle, where there's some very interesting stuff going on.
This is the big one.
Wow.
Obviously, I mean, crazy back-to-back D tackle signings that the Titans have had this past 2 years. They brought in Walter Nolan last year. He retires a Titan, and then they fill that hole with Johnny Hackett, who's probably the best D tackle in the league. Um, he's at
They go
least
from the
one
best
or
D
two,
tackle in the league to the best D tackle in the league. They
pretty
have a
much. Yeah,
reference.
that's I mean, 2-year deal, but he's a freak of nature. He's kind of Aaron Donald-esque build with his speed and his ability.
Yeah, the Titans might be on track for a quick turnaround because
I
they're going to have the first
very
overall pick
possible.
this year.
That's true. That's true. And they have the whole new coaching staff. I think they can make something happen here. Also, Deontay Kramer finally gets a deal. Um, we feel like we've seen him like every time not with a deal coming out of the main free
Yep.
agency.
And I don't know if you see, but you also have another guy here that you're going to want to talk about.
I will. I don't see it, but I do see the Seahawks signing 3 D tackles, which is insane.
That's good for them. But there's also
Broncos.
check your signings. Check your signings. Yeah.
Bring in Jacob Woods, who it's a 90 overall 1-year deal, 28-year-old, pretty good. He was kind of all around the league. Was started with Dallas and then moves to a couple other teams. Was with Denver last season actually, so he's coming back. It's a nice signing. Dylan Easley remains unsigned. He's asking for a ton of money. He'll get signed somewhere. Reed Hastings,
Yeah.
also former Bronco as well. Kenneth Grant, yeah, again, still a ton of D tackles. Jazz McGee finally leaving the Raiders.
Sean Simmons as well. Yeah, there's a lot of good talent that's going to get picked up. Rich Reiner as well. That's a stud.
Yeah.
And yeah, just yeah, we'll definitely see these guys get picked up. They're just
Yeah.
going to have to wait.
They will. Looking at edge, we see 2 right edge, we see two Tysons get picked up. Tyson Bass and Tyson Young going to the Patriots, and Saints both on 2-year deals. Solid pickups for them. Outside of that, Kurt Hodling, who was a Falcon, I want to say.
He was on a team we just
No,
watched. I'm like 89%
he
sure.
was actually not. He was on the Commanders.
Oh,
So
that's
you
a
mentioned
liar.
him in the playoff run, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
remember his name
yes,
vividly.
I remember you trying to figure out how to say his name, because it is a weird name. But yeah, he's unsigned, probably the best edge left. And outside of that, some vets, but nothing super wild. Dakota Hargrave is down here though. I see Hargrave is we talked about him. He was the first overall pick in our first ever draft, right? I believe the one
He
that
was
we
not
talked about.
first
Or is he
overall, was
second?
he? He was a high pick. He was top
He
5, I
was.
believe. I thought he was the Bears
I mean, he
fourth
was.
fourth
He was
pick.
fourth. Okay. I don't know why I keep thinking that it's the first or second, but for either of those, anyone that we talk about. But either way, we talked about him quite a bit. He had some fun story that Voodoo created. But looking at
Yep.
the Sam signings for linebacker, I mean, Marquis Moore, Dalton Middleton, Pat Wimbley, like some solid players, but I don't know. It's hard to say that they're notable considering
Yeah.
how much utilization they get on their teams, but some solid players, and there's some solid guys to pick up potentially. Mike linebacker, though, this is a big one. Mark Esparza to the Patriots. They've had some nice signings, too. Former Niner,
There you go.
25-year-old superstar dev, 3-year deal. That's a great pickup. Billy Forbes, Tony Manuel, Jorge Ortiz. Some solid pickups. Yeah, I mean, also a lot of depth there. Alan Childs
There's
to the
also
Broncos.
I don't know if he's. Oh yeah, did you? Yeah, you saw that. Okay.
Yeah, I just
Nice.
scrolled over, but yeah, 1-year deal for him. And a ton of those older veterans still around that could be good for someone. Cam
Yeah,
Bolden,
I
by
think
the
the
way,
reason
is
Cam
here.
Bolden's still kicking.
32
Oh.
years old, 78 overall. He's way past his prime.
He would still actually be starting linebacker if he wanted to come back and play here.
I mean, he's
Be
looking only
nice.
for 2.6 mil, so I mean, why not,
Maybe
right? But
maybe a little post draft reuniting.
maybe,
We'll see.
maybe. Will
But
linebacker only one signed, Austin Smith to the Jets, but Denard Harris is the best by a decent bit. Remains unsigned. Zach Minshew, the former Cardinal, and nothing
yeah, I
super
think
crazy at the Will
yeah, I
spot.
think the reason there are so many Mike signings, I think there is more of a need at Mike than the
Yeah,
other two linebacker
which
spots for sure.
fair because that is the consistent um, guy on the field usually. That's usually the signal caller,
True.
the one who's calling the stops here
Oh,
and the
some
defensive side of
interesting
things.
stuff at in the
Corner, okay.
corner.
Wow, okay, Montrell Watt, who has moved around twice now. He was a longtime Ram, longtime Steeler. Now heading to his third team with the Saints with Jackson Dart and company. That should be an interesting 1-year deal. Steelers try to fill that hole with Cyril Aldridge. Saints bring in another corner there. Taquan Russell to the Pats. Another Saints corner. Jeremiah Morant. Saints just completely rebuilt their corner room. All on like
Yeah,
1-year
there you go. And
deals.
there are a couple of guys you want to check for the Broncos
Oh
as well.
yeah, Niles Ward comes back after hitting free agency. So it's nice to see he had that pick in the Super Bowl, and they also bring in Jameel Edwards. So very, very nice to see those guys come in. And outside of that, I mean, decent options. Carl Bowden was a former first-round pick. Ben
Yeah,
Morse is
well,
here.
he's spent his whole career in Denver, so it's nice that he's coming back to Denver.
That's true. Yes, that is very
Yeah.
true. But yeah, some all right options. Nothing like super wild here, but some of these guys will get signed. Looking at free safety, Jonas Sanker to
Oh,
the Texans, hoping to bring this team to their Super Bowl for the first time.
there is also a Bronco you're gonna want to
Outside
check.
of that,
They
Cameron
were
Kinchins. Yeah, they had a ton of money.
yeah,
So Cameron Kinchins, the former Ram safety veteran here, coming in for a
super
1-year
cheap.
deal. Very cheap deal.
Yeah.
Philip Holiday remains unsigned. Former first high top of the end of the first, top of the second pick. I can't remember. But some solid veterans, but nothing super crazy. Otherwise, strong safety. Bills bring in Wendell Craig. That's actually a pretty good signing. 24-year-old for very cheap, 85
Definitely.
overall. Hunter Banks is decent for the Niners. Campanera, who was in the Super Bowl last year for The Falcons? Yes. So that he
It sounds right.
won a Super Bowl is sitting here now. Also, this 26-year-old superstar dev Brandon Trout sitting here is
Yeah.
crazy. I feel like he
Yeah,
should
he's
get picked
definitely
up.
gonna get. He's gonna get. Yeah, hopefully he gets extended to whatever team because that's a really good quality player.
Yeah. But
Yep. The rest of these guys are pretty similar. You see your Taylor Gators of the world, people who've
true.
fallen off. Brian Branch is still good. Yada yada.
Yeah, nothing
Oh, we do have a
super.
new top picker. That's a little fun, I
Yeah,
guess.
we do.
Manu Cardona's not the same face scan.
Two
it's
fatties. Although this guy Levi Pritchard's more of a less of a big leg, more of a accurate guy. Even though
oh,
Cardona
still
remains
less
better.
accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Damone Reinhardt is here. Hammer down.
There you go. Hammered down. Another hammered down.
Yeah. Punters. I mean, same thing. No one was signed. Oh yeah. Hold
Yep.
on. Who's the old fuck that's still Jordan Stout's still here? 38 years old. 47 kick accuracy.
Oh,
Brother, retire. Hang it up. Jake Bates is still here. 50 kick accuracy at kicker. Still has a
Giants
leg,
legends.
but yeah, long snapper. I mean, whatever, right? No one's signed. So interesting signings for sure. Giants didn't sign anybody.
Nope, because we're negative 2 million. I think
Oh
we might
yeah,
have made some re-signings, which I'm gonna
that's
check out real
yeah.
quick.
Let's take a look
We
and
should
see.
have had a bit of cash, but
Yeah, let's
we
look at
know
the
this team.
Giants.
They love to retain talent. So we're gonna take a look.
Yeah, very
For a
much
second.
so.
Let's see. See, Mason Graham retires.
It doesn't
Where
look
else?
like they did. Looking at the re-signed
Am I just being
tab, there's nothing.
fucking lied to? I'm
I
just
think
being
it's all the
fucking
practice
lied to.
squad, the pickups, I guess.
See, I think we spent a bunch of money on practice squad guys. A
Fair
lot of
enough,
money on
I
practice squad
guess.
guys. Oh, okay.
I guess let's look quickly at the Cardinals and see
Let's
what
see.
they did with re-sign, if any. Just the linebacker, their Mike linebacker, that was like mid-season though. Outside of that, yeah, they just brought in the two tackles through the draft, and that's it so far. So I'm
Fair enough.
interested to see what they do because, yeah, I mean, who knows? Let's go to the draft, I guess, right?
Let's go to the draft.
It's you, by the way, not me.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm used to you just
I know.
going to the draft.
I'm usually the one in control, but it's
I'm
all you
usually
today.
the passenger princess here, but
You
yeah, no,
are
I'm taking
take
the right.
control.
Okay.
So,
Is there
ooh,
anything we want to get into
I mean,
before?
yes, on your right side
Okay.
here,
Yeah.
Giant.
So yeah, Parker Hunter wants to draft a receiver, which I think is very fair for him to ask for because we've done.
Yeah,
Yeah, we basically let his best weapon, Akeem Woodson, walk in free agency. So
yeah.
he's like, "Hey guys, can I get a weapon here? Can I throw to somebody?" And we're just saying, "No, Ben Acosta's your wide receiver one at tight end. So have
There
fun
you
with
go.
that."
There you go.
I think that's fair for him to ask. And also Tommy Slay wants offensive line, which is fair because I think that the Jags team wants a little more foundation. Alan Friedman wants his pass rush upgraded. I don't quite frankly know who he is. I assume he's a
I
defensive
think
player.
he's a linebacker.
That makes sense. And yeah, but everyone thinks Dylan
McKinney.
McKinney is bound to be the guy at first overall for the
Yeah,
Titans, who would have an insane
yeah. I mean,
defensive line group.
pair up the. I mean, he does look really good. Yeah, he looks
He does.
actually insane. He
He's top five talent.
ran a sub 4.7 40.
Oh my
He's got
god.
A's everywhere. I mean, yeah, him and Hackett as a duo would be generational. I mean, not really because we've seen it a lot in this league, but it would be
I think
great.
we'll see a Titans turnaround for sure. I
I think
think that's a
it's
different kind of special.
I do
Sure.
think that's fair. I think they are on a good trajectory, but
Are
we're
we
gonna have
ready?
to start the draft too and pause it and everything.
That's
So,
perfectly fine. I got it.
alrighty. Well, Mr. Voodoo,
I
go ahead and.
can't pause anything actually.
Oh, I can't do
Oh, okay. Oh,
anything.
wait. It's bottom left. Okay, they changed the layout. I forgot.
Silly, silly Voodoo.
I'm silly Billy.
But
Okay.
yeah, if you just wanna sim to pick 6 here, I guess. Next user pick. Or
Let me
actually, it
figure
wouldn't be
out how to
user
do.
pick. It would just
Let me
be
figure out how to do that because I see in the so is it meant to be on the top left? Because I see manage team, GM's office, and view your draft board.
oh.
Should I see something else here? Because I don't see anything else.
No, it should be and you can pause the draft though?
I can pause and resume it. Yeah, but I can't continue it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, 1 moment.
We'll just have to go pick by pick. We'll just have to slow
No,
about the
no,
clock.
I'm gonna see if we can do this without things getting stupid. It already has gotten stupid, to be fair, but it's fine. It's weird. I feel like as commissioner, you should have the ability to do that.
Yeah, I could pause the draft. I can continue it. That's I
God,
for some reason
there might
cannot
be a setting
advance.
for that. I don't know. It's fine. We're gonna see what happens here. As I'm coming back in as Tommy Salami. Oh, they're giving me the option to retire as Tommy. So that's it's locked right now. But let's go ahead and skip a couple picks, I guess. I do not see the draft board currently on the screen, but that is fine.
Yeah, Dylan McKinney is the first overall. A couple defensive linemen, 3D tackles in the first 3 rounds. Oh my God, the Bills take a quarterback. Okay,
Oh, there you
Zaire
go.
McNeil. There you
I
go.
think he's not good from what I saw about quarterbacks, but
Uh,
hold on. Let me see if I can. I don't want to transfer commissioner, so that'd be strange too. I don't know why you're not allowed to do stuff. Oh well. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't really have a preference. We're just gonna sim and see who they pick.
good thing.
Roger Goodell coming out with a black screen behind him. That's what I see. I don't see the draft board because I'm not signed. And it's a big,
I don't.
big man.
I
I'm hearing a lot of
don't.
boos.
Yeah, I tried to back out and go back in to see if it would fix things, and now I can't see the draft board.
That's
So I've
okay.
fucked.
Well, you can at least
Okay,
view
well,
the draft board. We're gonna sim to your pick at this point.
I can view the draft. It's true.
So
I can't see who gets. Oh, I guess I can see the top right
yeah, that
whenever we want
quarterback
to sim
there.
it.
Well,
Another quarterback for the
do you
Vikings.
want to talk through who you might want here?
So with this
Position.
pick, like 15, there's a couple of receivers, but none of them are true first round projections. So I don't think any of these guys are getting picked up. I would like a receiver, even if we had to reach. I wouldn't mind it. There's a couple of tight ends as well, but I'm not too sure on tight end because it's just not our jam. There is a couple first round left tackles. It would definitely be an upgrade over the guy we picked up, who actually is like 75 overall star dev. I don't know. I don't know about all that. Maybe draft a guy, but interior line, there's a couple of guys as well. There are edges, which is scaring me because I don't want an edge rusher, but I think we're gonna go defensive line as we usually do. But I would be happily surprised if we didn't. Corner, there are a couple of guys, but again, probably be a reach if we took
There
any
was that
here.
safety though.
There is Quincy Trainer. He is here, and actually, I think that might be who the Giants pick. So he was mocked to us, and I
Mock
think it's
Tua.
definitely mocked to us. He was mocked to us. So that's definitely possible. So I will actually say it's Quincy Trainer here, and we'll get an elite strong safety. And
Yeah.
let's see which defensive lineman the Giants pick.
Well, let's see. And the top right, it is.
Hey, I'm watching the
Oh
presentation
my
right now.
god.
Let me see. I don't know what's happening right now. Okay, so that's a big man. That's not a fucking strong safety. That's not a strong safety.
It's an edge rusher.
Who is this?
It's a left
God
edge.
damn.
The Giants continue to fuck it up.
We had the USC strong safety. You know he's elite. You know he's elite. What are you doing? Grant? Who the fuck are you, Grant?
Even reaching for receiver or tackle would have been better, but no.
Oh
Let's take
man.
another edge rusher, but let's see what the rest of the league does here and the rest of the sim. This draft is unfortunate with me not being able to see anything and simming's not possible.
I can't sim. Yeah, that's rough.
I'm probably just gonna have to retire Tommy Salami. We'll see. Maybe he'll get
Oh,
a job. Yeah, I'm gonna wait
sim.
this year if I can. Well, I can't actually see. I'll have to move back to the Broncos, but wait, why did it say? Hold on, they're lying. It says Tommy Salami retires in stage 2 of the offseason. I see you, but you're not true. You're not true. I'm still here. I'm not retiring. You fucker. I'm still alive, man.
He's holding out. Holding out for a hero.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a team to need me, and they will. Let me switch back to my other account so I can actually see the drafts recap and everything.
Fair enough.
But I do
Fair
think I might
enough.
have to retire Tommy Salami after this year, but we'll see.
Hold on,
I'll
Tommy.
come back as Tommy Salami on the Cardinals. Get rid of
Hold on.
Stefanski.
No, that would be so mean. I think you just have to rejoin as Stefanski,
No, I don't want that.
and then
He's
he'll get
trash.
fired as well.
He's trash. Unless they bring him
But
to
you
if he
can't.
goes to the Super Bowl, that'd be crazy though. I'll
That
give
would
him a
be
shot.
pretty
If he
good.
goes to the Super Bowl, if he has a good season, then maybe I come back as Stefanski. But all right, let's look at the draft recap finally after all that fucking nonsense. Let's look at your Giants first.
First
Since
thing.
it's
So
there.
Byron Grant is a solid player. Just like, what are we doing, right? So I think that
Yeah.
speaks for itself. Like, it's not like they're drafting bad edge rushers. They are drafting quality guys. Just what are you
Yeah.
doing? I like this pick. Ashton Cooper, hidden dev, Mike linebacker. That's a slammer.
Yeah,
I love that.
needed
We
that.
need Mike. Needed
Yeah.
a Mike. Free safety. We do still have JD Rose, but sure, get some depth.
I mean, to
I
be
don't mind
fair,
that in the third. He looked pretty solid.
JD Rose did have his best seasons as a sub linebacker, I feel like.
True. So this
So
does give versatility either for him to play sub or for this rookie to play sub. Perhaps we'll see. Sebastian Bayless, we do get a receiver here. He's a poopy hit rookie, normal dev, but he's
yeah.
70 overall, and
Yeah.
that's still a guy for
He's
sure.
gonna be the next legendary receiver
Um,
for the Giants.
he's definitely going to be in a couple backup poo poo butts, and that's about it. So,
What do you mean,
what's going on with
Joaquin
Cardinals?
Villalobos, hidden dev?
Oh, oh wow. Yeah, these 60. Okay, yeah, we have okay. Kill yourself. So let's go to the Cardinals.
Let's go to the Cardinals. Yeah, this D tackle, 77 overall, hidden dev. He's pretty good. They booed the pick, which I understand, but at the same time, you pair him up with the rookie last year, should be a really good duo for years to come, as long as they pay them. Will linebacker, Cody Webster, hidden dev. I do think linebacker is still kind of a position that is getting a little tough. Free safety, Clay Horn, hidden normal dev. He's fine. More of a depth pickup. Another D tackle, another hidden dev. Brandon Woods. The D tackle group's
Yeah,
insane now.
yeah, you got some
Insanely
great
young.
guys.
And
Yeah.
I mean, we did fill the tackle spots in free agency, so in the grand scheme of things, I guess not horrible. Wouldn't have hated maybe a receiver for the aging receiver room, but not terrible.
Fair enough. And there's still
Looking,
time in post
that's
draft.
true. That's true. Looking as a whole, Quincy Trainer is 85 overall best player in the draft.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh,
Yeah, and
god.
he looks incredible.
Immediate starter for us. That's so
Yeah,
sickening.
yeah. The number one pick was an 84 D tackle, so yeah, him and not Cade Barn, Jesus, Johnny Hackett are gonna be a really good duo for the
Also, an
next year
82
or two.
overall guard we could have had there at pick 15, Jackson
Yeah,
Scott.
there
That's
you
actually
go.
very good.
Couple corners,
There's a 6 round corner.
crazy.
Jesus
Could have
Christ.
used the corner too. You could
Could
have.
have used a corner, absolutely. More than probably a receiver. God
Yeah.
damn. It's nuts.
Yeah, honestly, this is one of the weaker drafts as a whole. Like, there's some really good top end guys here, but then it falls off very quickly to
Definitely.
77s and
Definitely.
stuff.
Yeah, no,
So,
Teague would have also been a good pick at corner, literally right after us. Elijah Teague, 77 overall.
yeah,
This is terrible. Yeah.
not particularly, I mean, amazing, I guess. I will say that Broncos did not draft too great either. They took a Mike linebacker. He's good, but then outside of that, not really anything super great. Or 70 overall receiver. Yeah, not really a good Broncos draft, but yeah, interesting draft for sure. um,
For sure.
Leo Chanel, by the way, does retire finally, but yeah, Tommy Salemi says he's retired. They're lying. The media's lying to you. Fake news. Let's just keep going.
Rest in peace, Tommy Salami.
He's alive and well.
So I'll go ahead and we'll
Go ahead and sim. Go ahead and sim, Mr. Poopa Voodoo. And we are.
Do we need to do anything? Should I go right to preseason week 2, or do we have anything?
I don't really even know if we need to go to preseason 2, really. Like, do we need to
Let's
look at
just see.
I mean, we
See what,
can.
if anything. I mean, let's do a quick little
Sure.
pit stop.
Sure. Why not?
Go a little
Why
pit stop.
not? Why not? William Banks was
Oh.
traded to the Patriots.
Wow. Okay, so that actually does starting to make a little more sense.
Finally, that because
At
you
least he's
feel like
not
they would have
wasting
traded
away.
somebody. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
hey, shout out to the Packers for making that happen. Patriots, obviously Drake May's
So
34. He's
I
still
actually
good,
wanted to
but
look at this trade. Oh my goodness! So they trade just for William Banks going to the Patriots. The Patriots give them an edge rusher, Jose Lowry. They give him a first round pick, a third round pick, a fifth round pick, and a seventh round pick.
by the way, that's not a
William
first round
Banks.
pick this year or next year. It's 2 years
Oh,
down the
that's 2
line.
years. I just
That
realized that.
is
Yeah.
kind of highway robbery. to
Yeah, it
just
depends on how good. I
throw
don't
this
know how
around.
good Jose Lowry is. I don't know if he's like really good or
It
not.
also depends on if they actually re-sign him or not, because he does need
True.
re-signed. Let me check that edge rusher for the Packers. He is an 80. I mean, he's second year guy, 22 years old, superstar dev. So he has a ton of
Oh yeah,
potential. Now he's
that's good.
behind another guy who's a superstar second year guy, but still a really good young player. I like seeing that actually happens because I feel like we haven't seen any fucking trades for these
Fair enough.
backup quarterbacks that should be getting moved. They're not going to be played. So,
Yeah.
but I guess let's look just at Cardinals and Giants. We'll start with Cardinals. Really just filling in those other spots. Nothing super crazy. Josh Connerly though, bringing in another right tackle. Whoa,
There you go.
signed. Oh no, that was in free agency. Never mind. Um, yeah, mostly just filling out the rest of the squad. Nothing super crazy. Your Giants.
There you go.
There you go. You got
See.
your
Okay.
special team trio.
Special teams figured out. Okay, that's really all we really needed to do, I guess. And
Yeah.
all right, I think this might be the end of Randy Peak.
Uh,
If the season
I think I don't know.
might be the end.
I
I
I don't
fans don't
know.
like me right now, man. They
I
don't like me right now.
I think the Giants still have talent. I think they can still
They
they can still get it
do, but
done.
the Cardinals still have talent. I mean,
Yeah, well, I think they're gonna actually be good this year. I think they actually could be a potential playoff team. They filled all their holes for the most part, I believe. Like, actually, let me take a
yeah.
quick look. I don't even know what their roster looks like. Um, yeah, Skillen's 30. Jesus Christ. Um, but like, I mean, receivers definitely a little bit worse off than normal, but it's still decent enough. Um, yeah, you bringing in the young. They're not the young guys, but the tackles really just helps out a ton. Um, the edge rushers are still good, and the D tackles. Jalen Drake, by the way, the first round pick from last year, is a superstar X Factor, 88 overall right now. So
There you go. Yeah,
that's
that's
fun,
a home runner.
dude. The Cardinals
Uh,
have 60 tackles. This is crazy looking here. It's like,
this is just sickening. We have the superstar Brett Gardner still depth behind Kinley, and we have Grant, who's now going to be sitting behind Abdul Carter, who, I mean, he's 99. Our Carter might retire soon. Okay, well, he's 32, but he's also still 99 overall. So I don't
yeah.
know what the play. I don't
I
know. I think he has.
honestly,
Oh, man,
you're kind of thin at D tackle now, believe it or not.
a little, sure, a little bit, yeah, but
But Demone Kinley can slide in and play, and
yeah,
then
he can
Ben
slide through
Gardner.
so many edges in our rusty tackle. It's definitely a different story for sure. But yeah, and the corner is thin, just straight up. I mean, this is bad,
Yeah, it's
bad stuff.
Crothers and nothing.
Crowthers and everyone. Crowthers also, I believe, is expiring this year, so that's gonna be a
Lovely.
fun secondary to watch next year. Of course, we'll see if we get to
Watch.
next year
I
as
don't think we're gonna
we.
be watching any Giants football next year.
I I I don't know. So let's go to the midseason. See where we're at.
Yeah.
All right.
I I think the Cardinals are on their way back to being at least okay, and then I
I agree.
think Giants might be slightly cooked a little bit.
I might be slightly cooked for sure, but Parker Hunter he's the quarterback. He's got extended, so
He's still
maybe
good.
Parker Hunter is gonna just absolutely light up the league. It's the only way I see this working out. But
Madden and
his
Carter.
receivers aren't great. Akeem Woodson might have been the only thing holding this team together, and yeah, Carter's gonna need to have a great season with all that defensive line stuff. And oh my, okay, I'm just okay. Well, we were 5-1 last year. Okay, your NFC West is wide open. Jesus, what the hell am I looking at?
So I guess
Wow.
yeah, let's look at geez, yeah, Vikings, Panthers 6-1, Giants 5-1, Lions back to being good 5-2. Cardinals are poopy 2-5, but yeah, like you said, the Seahawks are 3-4, so only a game behind. Um, Bucks bad. There's a lot of bad teams in the NFC. Rams are bad, Cowboys are bad. Everyone's bad except for the top couple teams. Interesting. AFC Jaguars are 6-1. Got Chargers at 5-2, and then Colts and Patriots at 4-2, and then a bunch of like kind of in the middle of the road again. It's a very similar.
Where are the Titans? The Titans, yeah, Titans are 3-3. They're doing
Yeah,
solid, but
Broncos
yeah,
are one
they're
and
having.
six by the way.
Wow, yeah, the
Big fall
Broncos
off.
big fall off. Another Super Bowl
Oh my goodness.
loss, just devastating.
Vaughn Herron is leading the league in yards passing currently over Will
That's fun.
Samuels and has double the touchdowns currently. That is
Wow.
beautiful to see.
Well, we'll see if maybe Von Herron is your next year MVP, or this year MVP, sorry, or Will Samuels is going to make an insane comeback.
Maybe.
Uh,
I also can't
we'll
wait
see.
to be fired as Patrick Bailey now too.
That's definitely possible. It's definitely
Okay.
possible.
Their one win was against the Bengals. They won 41-0. Ow.
Okay.
I need to look at that real quick because that's how does that even happen? How do you just manage to put up? Okay, Jackson Monroe is the starting quarterback right now. Parker Peterman is hurt again. So the guy that came in last game to finish off the game, he didn't do well, but Samuels got sacked 8 times in that game. The Broncos run game destroyed. And yeah, I mean yeah, okay. Anyways, yeah, go
Okay.
ahead. Let's go to the rest
Go
of
to
the
the playoffs.
playoffs.
So
Yeah.
the Giants had a collapse last year. They were 5-1 at the midseason, and then they missed the playoffs at 9-8. So we'll see if they can maybe stay on the tracks this time and finish with a playoff appearance. The fans also like me even less now that we're 5-1 because it was 48% fan liking
Nice.
for this, and then I simmed to midseason, and now they really don't like me. They're like, you need to start losing more games, I guess. Like I don't know, our draft picks aren't low enough, I guess, for them.
You know, it's
You
all
want to
this. It's all
start.
the. It's the draft. It's the. I think it's more about who you're drafting. They're pissed off about at this
True.
point.
Yeah, true. Maybe after that edge pick, he did lose some reputation there.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I was
All right.
fired.
Well, congratulations for
Oh
being fired.
god.
I also went 9-8 again,
Oh
so
my
another
god.
collapse. But we made the playoffs
Yay.
in the wild card.
Wow.
So I saved my job. Okay, the fans fucking hate me. It's 26%. Uh-oh.
Jeez
Yeah.
Louise. Yeah, this
Uh,
is getting out of pocket. All right,
yeah, you're
standings.
dude. What happens? Oh
NFC
god.
Vikings 12-5 with 9 still, I believe. You got Panthers, Bears, Eagles, Commies, Seahawks, and then Giants sneaking in. Saints made a comeback, so did the Falcons, but the Cardinals are 6-11. Yeah, they're poo poo from a butt. So are the Niners and Rams and Cowboys.
Yeah, Seahawks. All those moves have finally paid off for them.
Yeah, I guess so. Dolphins back at the top of the AFC. Jaguars in there. Colts, Browns, Raiders with their moves. Steelers back and Chargers. Titans miss out. Broncos are terrible now, so it makes sense why they got fired. 3-14. Bengals are 5-12 with Will Samuels. Bills are still shit. So even though there's some things that are different, a lot remains the same.
Yeah. A lot of the Browns are still chilling here. Steelers,
Yeah.
Chargers, Jags. Like, there's definitely starting to become, at least in the AFC,
We
it
are
definitely feels like there's more stability.
starting to become.
Colts are actually in the. I don't think I've seen the Colts in the playoffs in a long
It's been
time.
a little bit, yeah.
Wow,
Um,
that's a fun team. But yeah,
yeah.
that all these other teams have been here before. Jags do rise. That's good to see. Titans unfortunately weren't able to make the full turnaround in the playoffs, but that's okay.
Let's look at the stats, I guess. We'll look at the Cardinals real quick here. Nick Skillen, 3,800 yards, 26 touchdowns, 6 picks, 65 completion percentage. Not terrible. Sacked 54 times. This isn't great, but still not a terrible year. The run game is still pretty bad. Layman was fine. 4.2 yards per carry. 620 yards, 2 touchdowns, did fumble. Horn punched in 11 touchdowns, but still not a good running attack. Clayton Cobb with 1,000 yards and 4 touchdowns. Ramos just shy of 1,000. Juan Romero, 800 for 9 touchdowns. Tony Costa starting for some reason. Or no, he's the... Wait, actually, I think they signed him. I don't know. Confusing times, but not incredible offense total, but, O-line... Dude, Tevin Lewis really shits the bed now. It's brutal.
Yeah, well, honestly though, not as many sacks as we've seen before.
No, but it's still not great. Gabe Crisp was hurt. Actually, no, he just didn't start, which is interesting because he was been the best lineman. Tucker Andrews leads the team with tackles. Brett Charles, 15 TFLs with 9 sacks, and Mitchell Adams are like, okay, we actually signed him in free agency, even though we already have so many D
Oh,
tackles. He comes in
okay.
and puts up 12 and a half sacks and 10 TFLs. This must be how you felt. The second year guy Jalen Drake didn't do a lot. Nathan Payne didn't do well. And I'm pretty sure the actual rookie D tackle first overall pick sixth pick isn't here anywhere. Clay Horn, the
You got
rookie.
Montreal Landry? No, that's the was this which one of this?
Uh,
Uh,
it's
got one.
yeah, it's Landry. Yeah, he didn't play very much.
There you go.
Yeah, he
Oh,
got a
got a
sack.
little. Speaking of rookie production, though,
I did
or
see that
free safety did well.
Clay Horn with the pick. The 3
Three
picks, I
picks.
should say.
Yeah.
9 deflections, couple fumbles. Yeah, I mean, still, they're a bad team, so not really a lot to talk
Yeah.
about there.
Tough.
Real quick, I'm curious to see. Well, hey, you know what? Well, come on. Are you? Hold on, wait. Okay,
What?
maybe not. Hold on. I gotta hold
What?
my reaction. Okay. No, so they just. It's just stupid. The Cardinals fire their coordinators, but not their coach. Stupid. Bills fired their guys. Cowboys fired their guys, and
They are confident in Kevin Stefanski.
fuck off, man. Bring back the Tommy. Bring back the Salami. But let's look at your stats.
All right, looking at my stats, of course, this was a job-saving season, most likely. Parker Hunter did miss a game, notably. Joe Quinn Villabos came in and did
There you
not look
go.
too great through 2 picks.
I don't know what
And
you're
got
talking
sacked 5
about.
times.
I don't know what you're talking about. He looked awesome.
He looked
Okay,
awesome.
he
Okay,
also had to
well,
throw it 58 times. No, that can't be one
okay.
game. He must have come in a couple times.
Oh, he said he missed. Okay, maybe he might have came in like another game as
No, he
well.
played week 17 and 18. So those are combined
Well, but it
stats.
says Parker played 16 games, so
He
he must have
probably.
Vilbos must have played half a game and then a full game. I have to assume.
I think Hunter just got hurt in the 17 because it looks like Villalobos had 232 and a touchdown and a pick. Only missed 4 passes against the Steelers in a loss, and then lost to the Saints, 270 yards and a pick. So I think
Awesome.
I think
Well,
he started
Parker
most part.
Hunter had a good season. 24 touchdowns, 4 picks. I mean, pretty solid and sacked 37 times. Not great, but better than its usual. So yeah, we had to we split the running back field. Actually, I actually kind of like this. We actually split the running back reps. It seems like because Holmes is kind of starting to take over, but Snow is still
Snow
there.
missed 8 games though.
Oh, he did miss 8 games, which would also probably meant that Combs started even more. Combs 645 yards, 9 touchdowns, not bad. Did fumble 3 times, which is too great. Yeah, Snow definitely is the more efficient runner, but also didn't run as much. Parker Hunter got involved in the run game, so that's nice. So our run game overall was
Man.
actually pretty solid, despite not having one guy. Also, a couple other guys like Jerome Irving came in at running back 3,
And go down one
and
more.
what? And Benacosta, the tight end, with
No.
4 carries there. We're gonna move on.
Villalobos with a touchdown on the ground.
Wait, Giants tight
QB1.
end play is back.
Oh my
Giants tight end
goodness.
play is back.
All it took
Benacosta was the leading receiver. I was joking about that.
Wow.
But, and
2
Dooley,
tight
we
ends.
were 2 tight end sets. Okay, hold on. This is
Almost.
actually fun.
This is prime
Andy
Giants
Peak,
franchise.
his job was on the line. He was like, okay, throwing to these receivers isn't the play. Of course, Akeem Woodson's gone. So they have to resort to 2 tight end passing sets here.
There you go.
And it worked for him. So 1,000 yards for Benacosta and 8 touchdowns. We've not had a 1,000-yard receiver in a year or two, I believe. Eduardo Alonso, 884 yards, 7 touchdowns. Kerry Strong, 832 and 5 touchdowns. And then Josh Cruz, I believe he was the first-round pick.
Yes, he was. Finally getting some involvement.
746 and 5 touchdowns, looking pretty good.
Hey,
A couple other guys down here as well.
Things are working out, man. They're starting to turn
For
around.
sure. What's not working out is our left tackle. I believe this is not even Derek Conrad. This is another guy that's come in
terrible
to give up 18 sacks and get
should have just
absolutely
started Conrad.
The rest of the line is pretty solid, but no, McBride was a walking free use individual. Moving on to Sergio Clavijo, leading us in tackles alongside Sebastian Barkley. 12 TFLs for Damone Kinley, 11 for
Oh,
Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter having a good season, a
there
little
you go.
resurgence, 18 and a half sacks,
Been a while.
13 for Damone Kinley. So our sack production went up. And Sebastian Barkley also getting a few sacks. Like I feel like he's been 5+ sacks a season for our linebackers here. Derek Shields having an okay season as well. Not too many picks actually, very few. Only had 5 interceptions on the season. Deflections wise, Clavijo leads. JD Rose punched out 2 footballs, and Ty McAdams recovered 2 footballs. There's a few other
Yeah,
forced fumbles as well. So very very fun to see. I think it was very.
yeah.
We squeaked in another bit
Yeah.
of a collapse again,
I,
but this time we luckily, yeah, we
yeah.
lost our last 2 games, but we sneak in,
I
and
yeah. I
and
don't
Parker
know.
Hunter's also out, and Crothers is out, so that's our DB
Oh,
one and our quarterback. I think it's over
yeesh.
for the
I was
Giants.
gonna say I don't know how I feel about the Giants team going into the playoffs this year. I mean, yeah, snuck in is the perfect description because I don't feel like they looked like wildly impressive most of the time. Like, yeah, I think the edge rushers were great, but outside of that, like Hunter was solid. Took
Yeah,
care
the
of the
run
football,
game,
but
their
it's
run game
decent.
wasn't terrible,
No,
honestly, but
it was like
it was
solid, but not like
yeah,
nothing really stood out on offense. I guess
for
except
sure,
for like
for
the
sure.
versatility of the tight ends. I guess maybe.
Yep, yep.
Um, but moving to the full team, we finally see a quarterback not go for over 5,000 and actually kind of coming back down to earth a little bit. Will Samuels still puts up a great season. 4,700 yards, 33 touchdowns, 6 picks, sacked 69 times as the most by 11. Nice. Do you see Von
Nice.
Herron having a really great year for the Eagles? Love to see him doing things.
Might be MVP.
Possibly. On this is a year. I mean, we saw last year Hendricks took it from Samuels. I think Herron could easily take it this year too. I think he will because the 7 more touchdowns with like 200
Yeah,
less yards is not that bad at all. Brandon Bishop looking like he's definitely the guy there in LA for the Chargers. Dart having a decent year. Definitely a down year for quarterbacks in yardage, but
for
Callaway
sure.
with the Packers
Yeah,
with a
looking
good
very
year.
good in Green Bay.
Like to see that.
Absolutely.
Nichols, the Commanders quarterback, looks like he's the guy there. Tommy Slay finally turning things around. William Banks, kind of a rough year, but not terrible. Um, just not a super productive, but not terrible. Like I said, Mitch Wilds with a good year. Magana, uh, Jake Thurston. I don't know who he is or why he's starting for the Titans, but he's not great.
Yeah.
Dude, Dante Jeffries needs to go somewhere else, man. I'm sick and tired
Yeah,
of
he's
seeing
been
these
so
stat lines, man.
loyal to him. Like I
Mine's
respect it, but I don't think that if the
terrible.
Jets made the playoffs, I think they had 1 year.
I
Did they have 1 year to make
I
the
think
playoffs?
so, but
Maybe.
that was probably his best year statistically. And it's just like, man, he can't really do enough with this team right now. Um, it's brutal.
Yeah, they've had a bit of
Niners.
that time.
Yeah, Niners find Kevin Newman who puts up 29 touchdowns, 10 picks, 3,600 yards. Not bad, but 59 completion percentage is pretty rough. Um, Spellman with a down year. Eric McLean is the big reason why the Colts were a Super Bowl contender this year, possibly. 31 touchdowns, 5
Yeah.
picks.
So I actually realized the Jets have not made the playoffs once in our
Tragic.
entire franchise. Yeah, and that's so unfortunate for Jeffries.
Yeah,
Yeah, keep going.
that's rough. I mean, not too much else to say. Yeah, Broncos quarterback play was not good though. Jackson and Rowe played uh a majority of this season, if not all of it actually. I think he did because I don't see any other Bronco, and he was poop from a butt, as we say
Yeah,
here. Had 2,800 yards, 12 touchdowns, 14 picks. Not great.
fair
Rushing,
enough.
Eric Neal is the guy. He is the best running back in the league. Um, a lot of the same names, honestly. For
Yeah, no crazy risers from what I can see. Macklin is up here. I think he's
yeah, it's
he
kind of
was that free agent pickup. He's solid, but yeah,
yeah,
been a lower year for rushing definitely.
yeah. It's just really Neal is the best guy, and that's about it. 4 fumbles for Ben Geddes. Ducey Combs was right up there at number 2 in fumbles. So hopefully he can figure that out. So you hate to see that.
Yeah,
Um, Receiving a lower year again. I think the passing yard numbers showing that this coming down makes sense. Grant Snyder with the Dolphins leads. Got McConkey, Javier Manuel, Cade Barnett now in the Eagles. Probably a big reason why the Falcons, or maybe not the Falcons, so the Eagles, Von Herren doing really well. But, some of the same names still up here doing their thing. Still very good. Sean Long. Um, Brandon Warner with the Falcons, 19 touchdown years, pretty big. Malik Neighbors, very similar season to Acosta, actually, your tight end. John Coyle as well with 15 touchdowns for the Colts. Another reason why they're a playoff team. But yeah, 19 for Warner and Delgado with the most touchdowns. Blocking, geez, Malcolm Hoffman, Carlos Joseph, Derek Fields, all terrible. 20 plus sacks for all of them. Yeah, brutal. Defensively, Colt Foley with the leading tackler there over Hunter Stringer, I guess. I don't know what's up with him. He might be on his way out.
He might have regressed.
Shamar Stewart with 24 TFLs is quite a bit. Most sacks is 22.5 for Jarvis Thomas. Wow, yeah, he looks very good. Yeah, he looks like he's very good. But yeah, it's nice to see Carter have a bounce back year after a couple down sack production years.
Al Hill, yeah, absolutely. Interceptions. Jacob Parrish leading on the Falcons. That's Falcons team, man. 2 leading interception peeps.
Yeah, nice. Good for them. Chavez, 15 deflections. No one really going crazy with fumbles or anything, but yeah, I mean, interesting year. Definitely a statistical down year offensively overall. But yeah, I guess let's just go through the playoff brackets real quick here. So Jags, Chargers, which we've seen this matchup in recent memory in real life a lot, but I don't know. I think I might go Chargers just because I really like Brandon Bishop. What about you?
Well, this is a tough one. I think this will be a fun matchup. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna bet on Tommy Slay and the Jags. I just like. I think Tommy Slay has had a good year similarly, and Brandon Bishop, of course, has come into his own. But I just like what Tommy Slay has going on. I think their defense is pretty nice, and of course, I believe they still have Camille Knight, if I remember correctly.
Did he? Is he still there? I guess
Yes, he is.
Him and Christopher Cooper too. I mean, they do have a good front.
Yeah, I like their front. I'm going to take Jacksonville here, but I think this will be a fun game for sure.
Another interesting one. Raiders, Colts. Raiders have been here a lot, and they've gone through a lot of changes. They have Derek Hodges at quarterback now. And then they also the Colts, who've really not been here too much in the playoffs.
Eric McLean is their guy.
I don't know. The Raiders still have a very good defense. They're still a very good team. I don't know. I want to see the Colts go further. I just don't know if they will or not. I'm going to take the Colts. Fuck it.
You take the Colts? Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going to agree with you. Actually, I'm going to take the Colts here. I like what their new QB that they brought in. Actually, maybe not new QB. I think they've had him for a couple of years. I might be lying, but the first time we've seen him.
He's been there, but he hasn't really broke out till now, I believe.
Yeah, John Coyle, of course, they have him, and I like what the Colts have built. And the Raiders, I think their defense is definitely still good, but I think the Colts will take that one.
Yeah, it's very fair. And then a divisional matchup here: Browns, Steelers. Both these teams have had their fair share of playoff appearances since we started this league, and I feel like it's tough because I think the Browns obviously still very solid team. Steelers obviously have also been pretty good recently with their change of head coach now with Todd Bowles, also a different kind of defensive look. I think I still might lean Browns defense here to make the plays they need to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Browns as well. I think the Browns defense is still very good. But Steelers also have a good defense and a good team, so I think this will be the close. I'm gonna pin this one as I'm gonna pin this one as
game of the week.
No, I'm not gonna pin it as game of the week. There's another matchup I really like here. Damn it! I wanted to. It's second, but no, I think this will be a fun one as well. I'll take Cleveland.
Fair.
So
I will say, I feel like the first NFC matchup we've seen 100,000 times in these playoffs.
this one is a very common one. It's kind of like the Cardinals and the Niners. I feel like that's a common one
Yeah,
as well we've seen. Giants Panthers. This is a pretty go back and you can definitely see we've matched up with them a few times. I think it's going to be the Panthers, and I don't think it's going to be close. Our
yeah.
backup quarterback has led us to 2 losses straight to end the season. And we don't have Parker Hunter. I believe for the rest of the playoffs, he
Believe,
dislocated his ankle.
gotta believe in
If we
Villalobos.
make the Super Bowl, he might come back. But aside from that, it's Villalobos' playoff run here. The rookie, I'm not buying it. I think it's over for the Giants in this one, unless Combs and Snow go absolutely crazy. But even then, I don't know. It's just such a quarterback discrepancy. Eric Neal's are really, really good. They
Yeah,
don't have corners. They're 370. They have Billingsley is cornerback one at 74 overall, and then cornerback 367 overall because of course Crothers is also injured.
brutal.
I just think it's nice that they made it. What an unfortunate breakdown here. I think it's going to be the Panthers one.
Yeah, I love Villalobos. I really want him to do
Oh my
well.
god.
I think it'd be a fun story to see him actually lead the
Oh,
Giants to their first Super Bowl win. I mean, wouldn't that be something?
it
But
would be, but there's just
it's not gonna
nothing here.
happen. It's not gonna
It's
happen.
like,
The injuries are too much. I think missing Hunter, missing the corners, it's gonna
yeah,
be too
I think
much.
it's also very different from we saw with the Broncos making that run with their backup because I think first of all their
Yeah,
backup quarterback was better.
true.
Secondly, he had a lot more weapons with Tristan McDougal
Very true.
and their tight end being very good.
Giants just
And
don't have that.
yeah, yeah, definitely not. And they did have better corners, and I mean
Yeah,
their
they
secondary
had
is
their
not completely
defense was like
obliterated.
all around insane versus having no
Right.
corners.
So
So yeah, I
yeah, I think it's
agree.
just yeah,
Game of the
unfortunate.
week.
Game of the week. I do think this is game of the week. Seahawks Commanders. That's a
No,
fun
I
one. I
was
think these are
joking about
two.
the Panthers Giants being game of the week.
Oh. Okay. Well, yeah. No, that's the game of
uh,
not the week.
yeah, but
Seahawks
yeah,
Commanders. I think is game of the week. I think these are two big riser teams that we've seen and
that's fair.
a very
Yeah,
fun NFC West, NFC East matchup
Washington
for our two.
versus Washington State.
There you go. Ooh, there you go. That's a good draw. I actually forget that Seattle plays in Washington
Yeah,
technically. Um, Yeah, so I think this will be a fun one, and I'm actually going to go with the Seattle Seahawks to topple the Commanders. But I think this will be the most fun game. I
fair.
think with Nichols, I think Commanders will have a fun little matchup here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is definitely probably the toughest one. But I am gonna lean Commanders. I think they've had more playoff success than the Seahawks. And I think they're gonna continue with that.
Sure. All right, and another game that I think will be pretty
We saw
fun
this
here is the
last year, I think
Philadelphia.
too.
I think this does
The
look vaguely
30, I
familiar,
think Eagles won 38-28 last year, if I'm not mistaken.
something like that maybe. But here's Eagles Bears. Bears coming into Philadelphia. This will be a fun one. I'm going to take Von Herren and the Eagles. I think that's a team that's going to turn it up. Bears are a fun team. I think they could definitely try to make a run this season, but we just haven't seen it. The Eagles, maybe Eagles are on their way to maybe a Super Bowl appearance. I kind of like them as a Super Bowl favorite if they can get out of the wild card. What do you think?
I'm with you on that. I think Von Herren is playing some of his best football, and I don't know. I just Caleb Williams is such an odd quarterback in this league because
Yeah,
it feels like any year he's either gonna put up a really dog shit season or he's gonna put up a good season where he's super clean with the football and gets his team to a playoff matchup here. But I don't know. I think the Eagles just seem like they might be better right now as well.
fair enough. Let's see. Let's just get right to it and
Yeah.
see who is correct in their assessments and who is going to be moving on to the divisional. More importantly,
Oof.
yeah. So, okay, yeah, that big.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll start
All
with the
right, so
AFC, which are
start.
all close matchups
Oh,
versus the NFC,
yeah,
which is not. So very different matchups here. But Jaguars do actually handle business in overtime against the Chargers. Chargers started out early with 14 points, very hot to start, but the Jags just kept on the pedal here, and they had over 50 minutes of gameplay versus the 23
Jaguars
minutes of
winning against the
the
Chargers in overtime
Chargers.
in the wild card. It's never happened before, has it?
Never seen it. Bishop, he wasn't terrible. 189 in a touchdown, only sacked once, 65 completion percentage. But Slay, more production, even though he didn't complete as many passes. 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, sacked 4 times. Just had more productivity even without the efficiency. But the big thing here was the running back battle, actually. Eric Lindley for the Jags was really great today 21, 111 yards. Daryl Manning had 6 carries for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, these two teams were really just running it on each other extremely efficiently. Andy Columbus, the receiving leader, see Lad McConkey with a touchdown, 2 touchdowns for Javier Manuel.
Columbus also had a rushing touchdown as well.
Oh yeah, there you go. But yeah, 4 sacks from the left tackle, 2 from the left tackle, 2 from the center for the Jags given up there. I think that's a big reason why this Jags team won. I mean, Chargers had 5 TFLs. The Jags didn't have any, but Michael Williams 2.5 sacks. Big reason why they won, including some help from Dylan Easley, former Cardinal, half sack.
I
And
don't think they didn't win though.
sorry, I'm
The
looking at the
Chargers
wrong
the
team.
Chargers lost.
Never mind. My bad. But the Chargers somehow lost us, actually. I don't know how. Their D line was better. I'm all confused right now. Michael Williams, Cordell Humphreys, and Dylan Easley tried their hearts out there. But the Jags, I don't know. They just had
There was a forced fumble
there was a forced fumble. That was
and it was
Travis
recovered.
Hunter with a recovery,
Yeah.
with a fake second one in there because of Madden. But yeah, I mean, the Jags with that turnover honestly probably was the key. Um, but I mean, I think also just the time of possession because sure, Daryl Manning had his, the really good rushing day with 2 touchdowns, 17.7 yards per carry. But I mean, 21
Jeez.
carries for Lindley, where he's still running over 5 yards a carry. That's very efficient running. And I think they just played the time possession game and they took care of business. So Jags move on, and we see the Raiders hold on in overtime, 23-20 win over the Colts. Very close one there as well. Colts offensively outgained the Raiders, but the Raiders ended up with slightly more time of possession. Probably just that last drive added more, so it was pretty even for the most part. But Eric McLean and Hodges both had tough days completing passes. McLean got sacked 4 times, did throw for 219 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Hodges 150 yards, a touchdown and a pick. So neither quarterback were great today. Rushing though, honestly, Colts ran it more efficiently, which is interesting because they lost. But McDaniel and McLean combined for a decent game. Genty was decent on the ground, just not as efficient. Hodges got in there as well. Purnell, the backup, with a touchdown for the Raiders. Receiving, Santos and Simmons leading their teams. Coyle in there as well. Huerta, former Broncos receiver, I believe,
Sounds right.
with a touchdown grab, along with Zach Nash, the rookie running back for the Colts. Yeah, this one kind of once again just felt like, I mean, I don't know, Raiders defense did get home a little bit more. Both run defenses honestly got in the backfield quite a bit. But yeah, the pass rush, Derek Gardner, Dominic Matthews, and Emmett Randall and Jimmy Edmond as well got in there for sacks. I think that was part of the key thing there. Both teams did have picks, as we said. But yeah, I think the Raiders just were able to hang on and picked up the field goal. So
Yeah.
that's really all that really matters there sometimes is you just have the ball last and make the plays necessary to, take time down enough and defensive stops when you need them. So Raiders move on to play the Jaguars. And then we see another one-score game, defensive game here. Cleveland beats the Steelers. Did outgain them. Did have less time of possession, though. Cole Marshall was the better quarterback than Spellman today. 243 yards, a touchdown, only sacked once. 74 completion percentage. Spellman, not a great game. 171, a touchdown and a pick. Sacked twice. 65 completion percentage. But yeah, quarterback play was definitely better for the Browns today. Both run games were actually pretty solid. Judkins, 4.3 yards per carry, 68 yards. Nate Hickman had 63 yards, 4.5 yards per carry. Ortega also got involved with some good yardage and efficiency. Marshall ran one in on the ground. Eli Patterson, the leading receiver for the Steelers. Eddie Estrada, the leading receiver for the Browns. Tito Rivera did score a touchdown along with Sam Robertson for the Browns. Steelers did give up a couple sacks. Jose Francisco led with 12 tackles this game. Steelers' run defense got in the backfield quite a bit, but I mean, once again, just didn't matter. James Favors and a couple other Browns got in for sacks, and that Shane Pearson interception off of Spellman was also a big game changer there. And yeah, Browns defense did enough, and offensively, the Browns also did enough. So it kind of felt.
Browns also blocked a kick.
Oh, I did not see that, but yeah, it felt very similar across the board. Just like it was very close. I think either all those teams were very even with their stat lines. It's just the teams held on and made the plays.
Yeah,
Just enough.
fun wild card in the AFC. All close games, competitive games,
Yeah.
and I might go to show you. There's going to be probably some fun storylines here, but. Moving to the NFC, it's very different. Well, let's just get this one out of the way. So I think we were both very correct in saying the Giants would lose this game, and it wasn't close. Yeah, I mean, just what are you gonna do? You know, it's pretty rough. Gleason was just balling out. Actually, had a pretty nice game. Of course, it's pretty easy to do that when you're playing against the fucking the Legion of Doom.
Yeah. The Legion of
3 touchdowns. Yeah, the Legion of UFL. 1 sack taken from him, but 70 completion percentage. And yeah, Villalobos just stunk. I mean, 168, a pick, sacked 4 times, 66 completion.
O-line really sold him.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's the next guy.
Eric Neal was just absolutely baller. Our run defense really didn't play as well as I would have at least hoped. I mean, hard to do that when the rest of your defense stinks, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Eric Neal had a great game. Jonathan Combs had a solid game, but I mean, 2.9 carries not great. He punched in a touchdown. Joaquin Villalobos was trying to do his best Parker Hunter impression. There you go. Isaiah Woodson with 87 yards on 4 catches, leading the day, alongside Haynes close behind him for the Panthers. Eric Neal also had 2 touchdowns receiving. So yeah, they were just all in the end zone, celebrating all day. I'm curious where our lone touchdown games. I don't see. Did we? We didn't throw one. It. Oh yeah, we did have the Combs. Right, the Combs
completely missed it, brother.
I actually I think I said it as well, and I just have the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd be a great quarterback then. Sometimes that's what you need.
There you go. Lane McBride let up 2 sacks.
He's terrible.
In this one, so that's very nice to see. 11 tackles for Jalen Carman. 7 for Ian Harrell. A couple TFLs here. Giants. I feel like we're seeing this trend where the team that gets in the backfield with TFLs more is the losing team.
Yeah.
In a bunch of them.
Maybe too over aggressive.
Yeah, and also just you know, if you're getting many TFLs, that means the other team's running it more, which means the run game's working. So maybe that's also a little entendre there. So Keegan Daly leads the day, 1.5 sacks for the Panthers. Dante Frost also got in with a sack himself. Scorton and Borden getting involved. Abdul Carter is trying to hold it down for the Giants. He got the lone sack on the Panthers. Presman Bellamy, former Giant, getting the interception on the backup quarterback. So he's going to be advancing here with the Panthers. And oh, man.
Rough day for the Giants.
It was expected. I mean, just our corner room's buns, our O-line's middling and bad, and we have a backup quarterback playing, and we don't have many receivers. And it's just all this stuff is going to add up eventually, especially in the playoffs. You know, we backed into the playoffs with 2 losses, so not too upset about that because we knew it was coming. But another game here, the Seahawks absolutely belted the Commanders, which bent them over and mollywopped them.
Gotta get your mollywop in.
I gotta get my mollywop in once an episode. Marco Magana, 277 and a touchdown, sacked 3 times, but was a slightly more efficient quarterback because Nichols threw a pick, 100 less yards with 186. Did throw a touchdown, but was sacked 5 times. Under 60 completion percentage is not great. And another big reason why they won this game, Trent Mincy, 17 carries, 144 yards, 8.5 a carry, absolutely gashing. And Javier Gary also came in, 4.7 a carry, 6 carries for 2 touchdowns as well. So yeah, run game was dominating. Sheldon Bonds could do anything with Washington to complement their horrible pass game. The person who wasn't bad on that Washington offense was Malik Neighbors, trying his heart out. 109 yards and a touchdown on 8 catches, but just ultimately didn't matter. Mark Rich, 106 yards on 11 catches. And Sean Long is here in Seattle. Forgot about that. The 5 catches, 95 yards and a touchdown. So he's looking to make a run here against his former team. I believe he was a Commander, right? believe he was paired up with JD5, if I recall correctly. So,
Yes, you were correct. Sorry, I was just putting in my frizen chicken
nope.
to
Oh,
cook
no
'cause
problem, no problem.
preparing for
Carlos,
dinner here.
no problem. Food does sound good right about now, and I'll be eating Cameron off camera after this episode. So 2 TFLs for Tommy Steele, coming off the edge for Seattle. A couple other TFLs for Seattle. This time they actually are the winning team, getting TFLs. That's good. Kurt Hoff tailing, with 2 sacks, 1.5 for Chad Singer, and 1.5. Sorry, and so this is where Hoff tailing ends up. So he might actually make a run here. That's a fun little storyline. Couple more sacks down the board, and Rashawn Harris, the free safety out of Tennessee, here in Seattle, getting the lone interception. Any other fun things? Antoine Newsome, the corner for Seattle, also gets 3 deflections, helping with defense on the day. And yeah, Seattle just kind of handled business here. I mean, the Commanders really couldn't move the ball. It was Malik Neighbors and everyone else on that offense, and Seattle was just a better team, and they will move on to play the Panthers. Lastly, we get the Von Herren Eagles and the Chicago Bears, and Chicago just wins. I mean, 33-18. Chicago takes a very early lead, 23-7, at the end of the first half. Philly tries to battle back in the fourth quarter, but it's just way too little, way too late. Chicago had more yards, dominated time of possession. Let's get into it. Caleb Williams with 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was very clean this game, showing off that obviously either he's the best quarterback on Sunday or he's the worst quarterback on Sunday. He was the best one, or at least the better one compared to Von Herren. He was sacked 4 times, but 81 completion percentage is going to do enough. Von Herren threw 2 picks. Did not look good today. 10 for 19 and 52 completion percentage. He just looked not good. Only 170 yards about on the day. Rushing wise, I mean, their Eagles were running the ball decently well. Anthony Russell with a long run there, 7 for 109 and a touchdown, but ultimately it just didn't really equate to anything. Emmanuel Bennett was the more efficient running back, I would say, with 17 carries, 83 yards, 4.9 a carry. He was just more efficient, of course, with helping that time of possession. Trevante Gamble, 5 for 24 and touchdown. Receiving wise, Scott Higgins. I'm not sure who this is, but he's showing off here with 146 to touchdown on 9 catches. Alani Fletcher trying his best for the Eagles with 68 yards, 3 catches. Cade Barnett also giving it a good effort, 3 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. A couple more guys down the board. Nothing too much to say in terms of the rest of that. We'll go over to nothing crazy in terms of TFLs, but sacks wise, Aiden Moreland for the Bears with 1.5 sacks. Atkins and Carrington also with 1.5 sacks, trying to get in the backfield, but Nasir Cooper also had 1.5 sacks. A few more guys with sacks. Bears do edge out the sack battle,
Say that
and of
one
course,
more time.
say what one more time?
Edge.
Ayo, Stussy. Okay, but the Bears get 2 interceptions as well, which is very much likely the cap on this game. A few deflections for the Bears, and nothing else of note. So, very interesting wild card. The NFC wild cards were very dominant in their wins. The AFC wild cards were very close and exciting. So, it's going to be interesting. So,
yeah,
we'll walk through predictions.
We see. First thing I want to note is only one divisional winner did not win, and that was the Eagles. So Bears are the only wild card team, but Dolphins, Browns, 2 very good teams that have been in this many times before. I'm gonna go Dolphins. I think I it's always fun to see. Oh, they lost Johnny Hackett. I don't know. I think they still have a really good defense. And their Oscar Brown, I think, is gonna be better than Channing. Or not Channing, that's the guy you have. Cole Marshall. You have Channing. Or you had Channing.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Dolphins, I think. But it's close. I think maybe game of the week.
That I could very well be game of the week. I'm gonna bet on Cole Marshall and the Cleveland Browns on the road in Miami. I think this will also I think I'd say this is game of the week. There's some good ones, but I think Dolphins Browns is going to be my game of the week, and I think Cole Marshall and the Browns will an upset, but it'll be a fun one.
And then moving to the Jags versus the Raiders. This is a tough one. I think I'd have to go Jags. I think quarterback play is a little bit more consistent for Slay versus Hodges. for the Raiders.
I know.
So I think just purely off of that, I'm gonna go the Jags.
I'm good. I'm too. I'm gonna go the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Tommy Slay is gonna handle business here. I think the Raiders defense can give him some problems, but I trust him at home to handle the Raiders. I think this will also be a close one. They also have who's that running back? Lindley, I believe it
Yes,
was the
Lindley
guy
had a
who
great game.
had a great game last week. So if they can get him involved as well as good quarterback play from Slay, it could be very, very, very good for them. And I will bet on a Florida Bowl here in the AFC Championship. Well,
I thought
possibly.
you
I
picked the
obviously
Browns.
I voted against it, but it could be
Yeah,
that'd be a fun one.
stinker.
I kind of want to vote the Dolphins now just for a
Oh
Miami Bowl, but
goodness.
no, I'm not gonna do that.
Fucking bandwagon.
I'm a Miami Dolphins bandwagon. There you go. Uh, yeah, no, give me Jacksonville. Heading over to the NFC side of the divisional, Vikings, Bears. So of course the Vikings got the 1 seed. I actually kind of didn't really make note of this in my head. I didn't realize the Vikings were the 1 seed. That's an interesting storyline. I'm gonna bet against the Vikings too. I'm gonna say Caleb Williams. I mean, they took down the Eagles, who I said were the Super Bowl favorites.
That was a little
I'm high.
hasty.
I was
More
high
than
on
that.
them, but
Yeah.
that Bears defense proved to be very, very efficient against Von Herren, and I think they're going to do the same here on the road against their division rival.
I am gonna go with whatever the Vikings have been smoking here to get to this 1 seed. I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't necessarily think they're that impressive of a team, but I'm gonna take them because they're the 1 seed, and I don't know. I'm just curious to see if they actually make some crazy run this
See if they
season.
can win their first Super Bowl in franchise history.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Panthers and Seahawks. I think this is also going to be a very fun game. Might be my second game of the week. Might have to nominate two of them.
Oh, well,
No.
that just doesn't make sense if you're gonna
That
win
just,
4
we
games.
should just make all of these game
Oh
of the
yeah,
week, guys.
NFC
Come on
Championship,
now.
AFC Championship are both gonna be games of the week.
No, I think this will be a fun matchup, and I think these are two very good teams. I'm gonna bet on the Seattle Seahawks again because I think I rode with them in the wild card. I'm gonna ride with them going in. Of course, they have Marco Magana, who is a very good quarterback, and they also have Trent Mincy, who had a great game for them last week. They also have Sean Long and company. I just like their whole team a bit more than the Panthers. I think, and I trust Magana more than I do and Alex Gleason. But what do you think?
I am going with the best running back in the league, Eric Neal. I purely
Okay.
think that he is just going to be the reason the Panthers win this game. I do think it's going to be a great game though. So let's go ahead and see.
Let's see what
And
this
see
looks
which
like.
of those are the actual game of the week.
I do get my contract extended.
Wow.
Which is nice to see.
And your fans probably still hate you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they despise me. 24%. They want me gone.
That's what I got
But,
fired at.
they're gonna have to suffer another year of Randy Peak because we made the playoffs. So boohoo. Let's get to the next week of playoffs. Let's see. Okay. All right.
We'll start in the
break it down.
AFC. Browns. Your predictions were mostly right. 3 out of 4 there. I was mostly wrong. I'll just say yeah, I was pretty. I went half. I got 2. But Browns, they just were consistently scoring. Had a great offense today. 413 yards. Dolphins not able to have the same success. Also, Browns had more time of possession. Both quarterbacks honestly were very good, very efficient, clean games. Browning threw 3 touchdowns, 213 yards, no sacks on him. Only 4 incompletions. Cole Marshall, 284 yards, sacked once. 5 incompletions, but yeah, no touchdowns, no picks. But the run game for Judkins and Patrick Williams for the Browns were very good. The Dolphins could not run the football. Marshall also punched one in on the ground. So, yeah, the run game, big for the Browns today. Fabian Clark leading the team in yards. You saw Ridgeway and Snyder with a couple touchdowns and about 80 yards each. So they tried. They tried their hearts out, but, Browns gave 1 sack. Wasn't really a big deal, though. Browns, Dolphins both kind of got in the backfield quite a bit. You have the 1 sack from 2 different guys there, and it really just came down to the run defense of the Browns being better and their run game offensively being better. So they managed to sneak through and they're in another AFC Championship. Who would have thought the Browns would have so much success in franchise? Uh,
On
I
their
don't know,
back, baby.
but we do see a big win for the Jags, which I think we both kind of figured was the case because I do think the Raiders have been on a little bit of a downtrend as of late, but the Jaguars are very much so in the uptrend here. Tommy Slay, not a very efficient game, but still threw 3 touchdowns, 128 yards, missed half his passes, but it wasn't sacked once. Hodges had a rough game, 211, 1 pick, 5 sacks on him, 55 completion percentage. So, yeah, I mean, quarterback play was the key here technically, but neither did exceptional. It was just Hodges made more mistakes. Um, both running games were actually on fire today. Lindley, 91 and a touchdown. Genty, 80 yards for him. Saw both quarterbacks get involved with some efficient runs as well. Javier Manuel got 3 carries from the receiver spot, but yeah, the run games definitely helped. But Calvin Wilson, tight end for the Jags, gets a touchdown along with Javier Manuel, and Ramon Schaefer, the running back. Yeah, the 5 sacks led up from the Raiders was brutal though. Trey Sanchez with 14 tackles. You know, couple tackles for loss in there, but Evan Kramer with 3 sacks and Camille Knighton with 2 dominated today.
Yeah.
And the pick from Mark Stern, the free safety, with 2 deflections as well. Hunter had some as well, but yeah, I think the Jags just dominated defensively, and the Raiders' run game just wasn't enough to keep this team afloat. So they move on to take on the Browns.
Yes, be Cole Marshall Browns taking on the Tommy Slay Jags. I like that championship quite a bit. I think it'll be a fun one.
Both teams on the both ends of the Travis Hunter trade.
I mean, these are two teams looking to go back to the Super Bowl in this sim because, of course, the Jags lost to your Cardinals last time they were here, and the Browns. Cole Marshall was not he, of course, was the starting quarterback at the start of the Super Bowl, but then he got injured, and we know what the rest was history. Super Bowl MVP Von Herron stepped in. That would have been a fun one if the Eagles made it, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't.
Yeah, they lost.
But that'll be a fun one. So maybe Cole Marshall can get to the Super Bowl and win it, or the Jags can have some redemption. So, NFC side, I think we'll actually. I don't know. The Panthers did make a Super Bowl before, so they're looking to go back. But the Bears have not been here since what '86.
It's been a while. Well, no,
they went to. Yeah,
2000s.
My bad. Forgot about that.
Silly voodoo. Forgetting about Peyton Manning and Devin Hester.
Oh, that's oops. Yikes. But let's talk about the games first before we get too ahead of ourselves. The Bears do handle Minnesota. And Vikings actually dominated yardage wise, but 2 turnovers is also not good. They also dominated time possession, just didn't matter. 2 turnovers is really going to be killer, and let's get into that. So Caleb Williams did not play that well, actually. No. Wow, 115 yards and a touchdown, sacked 5 times, 55 completion percentage. Completed only 11 passes. This is not the stats of a quarterback who won a football game in the playoffs, but it happened. The divisional. JJ McCarthy. 64 completion percentage. He threw a pick, got a touchdown. He still looks like he outplayed Caleb Williams. I'm going to be honest. Definitely I know the pick, but I guess we can get an idea of what actually happened here. Trevante Gamble had a huge run in this playoff game. They gambled on him, and it paid off. 80 yards and a touchdown. Of course, one of them being a 74-yarder. Earl Prince had a solid game for sure. 18 carries, 76 yards, 4.2 carry, and a touchdown. But he also fumbled, which this might have him and a receiver for the Vikings fumbled this game. That was probably where the other turnover came from. One of those fumbles. Isaiah Bennett also helped with the Bears run game, though, helping them kind of have a better run game.
That is not Isaiah. That is not Isaiah.
Sorry, Emmanuel Bennett. Wow, I don't know where I got Isaiah from. But
I don't have any idea.
Emmanuel Bennett. 16 carries, 48 yards. 3 yards a carry. Gamble definitely, that big run was huge for them in this game. Rashad Smith, the leading receiver, alongside Taylor Bryan and PJ Peters. A lot of Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, Luther Burden was the leader for the Bears receiving, but of course the Bears. Caleb Williams threw a touchdown to the tight end Miguel Parra. That would be a 22-yarder touchdown. Earl Prince gets a touchdown through the air as well. Yeah, nothing else really to say on that front. Going over to defense, 10 tackles for Jimmy Battles for the Bears. Jamal Pittman with 10 tackles as well. Eric Shelby, 1.5 sacks for the Vikings. Trevor Jones, 1.5 sacks for the Vikings. Tatum, 1 sack for the Vikings. Cokeheads rise up a half a
Ben
sack for the Vikings.
Coker.
Rise up. The only sack that happened was an Aiden Moreland, Tremaine Samuel double team. They sandwiched him, but
Yeah.
really the big story here was the turnovers. I feel like it's the only way I see this being a two-score loss for the Vikings. It looks very much like it wasn't, but yeah. So the lone interception, of course, Byron Thomas. That sounds like a name that
Yeah, I think
exists.
he was a first, second round free safety we looked at in the first draft.
Yeah, and he gets an interception here, big one for the Bears. And then of course there were the forced fumbles. Apparently Jamal Pittman punched out 2 and recovered 2, which is a lie. I think he did punch out 2 because it did say
Yeah,
2
he
fumbles, but
definitely
he recovered
did.
1. Recovered
Yes.
1. So that's a
Oh,
huge play from Jamal Pittman.
the pick from
And there
Byron
was a
Thomas.
pick 6. That's
Yeah,
huge.
that's definitely where
So
some of that pointage
in
comes from.
yeah, Chicago was it was a tie, or no, sorry, the Chicago was down 14-10 in the fourth quarter, and the pick 6 likely was the big game changer there. Of course, we don't know exactly how it went down, but I'm just imagining that being the case, and then they
Yeah,
kick or sorry, they put in another touchdown
they put
to
it in.
further extend that lead and end this game 24-14.
Yeah.
All right, well, heading over to the Panthers Seahawks. This is a close game,
You
but
doubted them. You doubted them.
Come
You
Cuz
doubted
was
them.
right. I did doubt them.
Loser.
I thought Magana was going to be that guy. Both quarterbacks
Uh,
actually did not play that well, so this was very interesting. I'm just going to check also. Uh, Seahawks did also turn the ball over, so yeah, we'll have to talk about that. Yeah, of course, the Seahawks turnover came from a Marco Magana interception where he threw only 124 yards and a touchdown, threw a pick, 55 completion percentage. It's been a really bad playoffs for quarterbacks.
yeah.
Here, go 1 second.
Well, I'll continue while he goes to do whatever he's doing. Alex Gleason, 145 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, but the clean day from him. 63 completion percentage. Still not a great game, but obviously clean enough to outplay Magana. But yeah, this run game is the battle that we really saw here. Eric Neal, 15 for 121 and a touchdown, 8 broken tackles. Incredible game from him. Trent Mincy, the Seahawks back, was also very good, 17 for 97. Did not get a touchdown on the ground. Joey Oden wasn't very efficient when he came in, but neither was the backup for the Panthers, Shaden Cooper, but he also got a touchdown. So, grand scheme of things, I mean, Eric Neal was better, but both run games were good. Again, the Panthers just didn't make any uh, mistakes there in this one. Receiving, Sean Long and Isaiah Woodson led their teams. Dennis Bowe got a touchdown for the Seahawks. Not a lot to talk about for the receiving. Sacks, Seattle gave up 3, specifically 2 from the left guard spot. But what a game from Dante Frost. 5 TFLs and a sack, along with Cody Borden and a combined one for Alan Foreman, strong safety, and Nick Scorton getting a sack. Deontay Kramer and Dante Foster both got sacks, but it wasn't enough. A couple other tackles for loss in there. The pick from Mike linebacker rookie Jackson Woods.
Give him the wood.
Yeah. And did you hear any of my things that I was saying by chance?
I heard about a 5 TFL game from Dante Frost.
Yes, he was great. And yeah, the run game was really where both teams shine, but Neal was better. But yeah, the turnover was big. The sacks were big, but Carolina, just didn't make the mistakes, and that's really where they won this game. And they move on 17-10. But let's predict our Super Bowls here. Here's the thing. I think AFC wise, this is an interesting matchup. Jags, Browns. I don't know. Browns have definitely looked worse than normal. Jags have looked impressive, but they've played against worse teams overall, kind of. Um, I don't know. I think I might take the Jags here. What do you
Okay.
think?
This is definitely the closest one so far. Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna bet on Tommy Slay and the Jags. Yeah, I
Alright.
think definitely possible the Browns win this one. I think this is the most likely.
Close, yeah, very close.
But on the NFC side, I will give you my thoughts on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Panthers. I mean, Eric Neal has been a stud for the Carolina Panthers, and it's hard to bet against that Panthers team. But Caleb Williams is also kind of, he honestly didn't play well last game, of course, but they just found a way to win. I do think the Panthers might go to the Super Bowl here. I would like to see the Bears, of course, as a first time appearer, but I just think it's more likely the Panthers make the Super Bowl here. But it's going to be a close one because I think Gleason also, of course, didn't have a great game last week. I think this will be very defense heavy and very based on which run game can get started and if Caleb Williams can come into his own. Because I think Caleb Williams is a better quarterback than Gleason, but can Gleason, do what he needs to do and let that run game shine? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you here. I think the Panthers run game is gonna just be better, and it's gonna be everything else is gonna be pretty even. And that's just gonna come down to Neil just being the best running back in the league, and we'll see a two open mouth scary big cats logo Super Bowl.
Oh, you're struggling through that. Okay, yeah. There you go.
Two expansion teams as well, which is very fun.
There you go.
Both making their second appearances in Super Bowls, but we'll see. Go ahead and advance, I guess.
Have both of them lost Super Bowls? I don't think did the Panthers win their Super. No, they didn't.
No,
They're
they
both.
lost
Um.
to the.
Yeah, they lost to the Browns.
They did. We could see a
So
Super
we
Bowl
could see a
rematch.
Browns Panthers rematch. That would be a fun one.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course,
They
we'll
lost
see if
big.
that
They
happens.
lost big too, 37-14.
Mhm.
They would obviously love to face them, but it's going to be what we predicted: very close matchups.
Mhm.
And in the game of the
Okay.
week, it will be the 2 seed Panthers, 2 seed Jags taking each other on. Obviously, in the only game, but Jags 19-14 win, very close, but they outgained the Browns a lot offensively. No turnovers in this game. They did have the time possession thing on their side, but Slay definitely played better. 320 yards, a touchdown, 70 completion percentage, was sacked 3 times, but Cole Marshall 202 yards, a touchdown, 56 completion percentage, sacked 4 times. Just had a worse day. Also, the run game for the Jags was better. Lindley is 72 yards, 4.0 yards per carry. Judkins and Marshall both combined under 4 yards per carry. Did get a touchdown for Marshall on the ground. He pretty much got a touchdown on the ground every game in the playoffs. But the receivers, Javier Emmanuel, 6 for 142 and a touchdown for the Jags. Eddie Estrada, 7 for 100 and a touchdown, led their teams. But when it came down to it, I think you just saw better offensive play from the Jags. Browns defense tried their heart out to keep them in this with more production in the backfield against the Jags, but and they did get the sacks too with Conway, Reynolds, and Thomas, but Christopher Cooper with 3 sacks and Mark Jeffers with 1 as well. Definitely helped to win this game for the Jags to get to another Super Bowl. So very close defensive game.
Indeed. Yeah, Christopher Cooper, one hell of a game there, and
Yeah.
he's going to get his team back to the Super Bowl, and of course, we will see another Super Bowl losing team that is looking for their first win in this sim.
Yeah. We'll have a new we'll have a guaranteed Super Bowl to a team that hasn't won one before.
Very
fun.
true. Very true. And and they've also both lost Super Bowls in our sim, which is also very fun. So
yes, very much so.
Both teams looking for redemption. But let's get through this one real quick. So Chicago falling to the Carolina Panthers 21-13. Time of possession was leading to Bears. But let's see what happens. So no turnovers for either team. Alex Gleason didn't play that well. 54 completion percentage, 2 sacked twice, 152 and a touchdown. But I think I see the culprit here. Caleb Williams bagged 6 times in this one, 203, and also did not play well, 58 completion percentage. Gleason definitely played better, not getting sacked 6 times. Eric Neal, I think he's going to be the player to watch for the Panthers. Of course, I mean, he is the best running back in the NFL. 80 yards, 2 touchdowns on 17 carries, willing the Panthers to a Super Bowl appearance. Emmanuel, not Isaiah Bennett. Emmanuel Bennett, 38 yards for 12 carries and a touchdown. But yeah, Trevante Gamble didn't quite have that big run that he had last week. Scott Higgins and Luther Burden leading Chicago. I mean, they were more productive through the air for sure, but ultimately just a little
Goodness, Eric Neal.
sacked 5 times. And Eric Neal with the lone receiving touchdown as well. He is just a baller, man. He's a baller.
He is
Leading. I mean, oh my god, he's gonna be fun to see in the Super Bowl. I bet.
Yeah, I can't wait
And
to watch a grown
Alfonso
man work.
Alfonso Hughes, left tackle for the Bears, letting up 3 sacks. Not very
Garbage.
good to see. Sal Gomez with 9 tackles, leading for the Panthers. He also got in for a couple TFLs across the board. And this Panthers deep rush is going to be scary. Keegan Daly and Nick Scorton have matched up for an absolute nightmare duo. And of course, Dante Frost, can't forget about him. Just what an absolute squad that they have there. 2.5 sacks for Scorton, 2 for Daly. A couple more down the board here. No interceptions. And the Panthers trench just dominated both, defensively, just getting all over the Chicago, and offensively, that O-line held up very well, kept Gleason clean, and fueled an Eric Neal stunner with 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air. So we'll see a 2-seed Super Bowl in this one, and I guess we can quickly go over Pro Bowlers.
Sure,
if you'd like.
You can
fast.
So I can't see.
Oh yeah, he got fired again. I forgot. Von Herren is QB1 in the Pro Bowl. Nichols is also up here, so NFC representation. I was about to say it's weird that we didn't see the Panthers running back in there. Of course, they made the Super Bowl, so he's not there.
Silly voodoo.
Sean Long, Booth, Barnett up here for Pro Bowl receivers. Acosta, so Giants tight end Acosta is the Pro Bowl tight end 1. So there you go. Linemen, don't notice anyone. Oh, Will Boston. There you go. There's Will Boston getting here for the Pro Bowl. Carlos Harrell also is a Pro Bowler. Abdul Carter is back to his Pro Bowl ways. Left end 1. Damone Kinley is also a Pro Bowler this year. Bryce Malone is a Pro Bowler. Cummings is a Pro Bowler. Zabari Teague. There you go. Former Cardinal. Oh, sorry, Zeke Teague. What the fuck was Zabari Teague? I think that's a corner.
There's a corner.
Yeah. I think of the corner. Jacob Parrish, and Jabari Teague as well here.
There you go.
The Teague fam is showing out. McNeil, the free safety, is up here, and I don't notice anyone else that's very notable on the NFC side. So there you go. Let's get to the Super Bowl then, I guess, and we'll we can I guess we'll figure all that out.
Yeah. Very interesting year. Obviously, we've kind of been going faster through a lot of this stuff just because of the just how things are. But actually, before we could talk yearly awards, but first, can you kick Blaze Bowl and then re-invite him so I can be on one of those teams?
Sure thing.
Probably join the. I don't know. What do you think? Who should I join?
I don't see Blaze Bowl anywhere. It's because you're not on a team.
Oh yeah, so maybe I'll just retire Patrick Bailey.
That's fine.
It's not Tommy Salami. He deserves a team.
Yeah, he'll get a job.
Either that, or I'm just gonna hold the league hostage and be in the league still. All right, what team should I hop on to?
Which one you feeling? You could go with the Jags, your former team. I'd be fine with doing the Panthers because that's my former team.
Also, the Jags have 8 X Factors and 6 superstars. The Panthers have 5 X Factors, 2 superstars. The Jags also only have 30K in salary cap. That's quite insane. But yeah, I'll go with the Jags here, I guess. Thomas Quinn, who's been here for a while actually,
and Tommy Slay. A lot of Tommies. There's a lot of connection here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And let's see the yearly awards. I can finally go look at things now. So, Von Herren, Super Bowl MVP. We alluded to it.
Well, not Super Bowl MVP, NFL MVP.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's not. It's not wrong. He is a Super Bowl
former
MVP,
Super Bowl MVP. Sure,
but he is I'm very happy to see him get his true shot here in the league with the Eagles, because he got done dirty by the Browns.
Definitely.
Did you see Parker Hunter up here at 8? Still a mainstay in the top 10 there. Coach of the Year, Thomas Quinn, makes sense. They were great. Great season. Randy Peake still finding a way onto this list. I think that's a little crazy with
I mean, to be fair, he did coach through all these injuries, got him to the
Yeah,
playoffs.
but he also choked a
Randy Peake is
5-1
your 7th
record.
best coach in the league. Let's be honest.
I guess so. Looking at the AFC real quick, Grant Snyder for the Dolphins, Offensive Player of the Year. Defense Player of the Year, Jarvis Thomas for the Dolphins. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Christian Spikes. I don't know what position he plays. Probably running back. Garrison Shivers for the Chiefs. That's a fun name, I guess. Best QB goes to Mitch Wilds for the Ravens, even over Samuels, which is fun. That's odd.
Maybe the sacks. I think it's counting the sacks.
Maybe. Daryl Manning, best running back on the Chargers for the AFC. Grant Snyder, best receiver. Best lineman goes to Jorge Gonzalez for the Dolphins as well. I mean, you figure based on the amount of awards the Dolphins are getting, they should have been in the Super Bowl, but they lost. Jarvis Thomas, best D lineman. Jamie Herrera, best linebacker. Best DB, Will Hood for the Bengals. Best kicker, Cade York for the Jags. So we'll see him. But let's look at the NFC side. Cade Barnett with his new team, the Eagles, hooking up with Von Herren, obviously not sexually, but through the air. Maybe I don't know. I don't know the relationship, but what a season for him. Do see Eric Neal as well. We'll see him in the Super Bowl, and none of our guys in here, which isn't exactly shocking. Defense Player of the Year though, back to his throne.
Wow,
Abdul Carter.
There you go. Love to see it.
So,
Love to see it. I don't think he's going to be full. I think Jarvis Thomas is going to take it over him in terms of full. But still great to see him on the NFC side.
Yeah,
he deserves it.
And I will say, I think this could be the last time we see Carter at his depoy.
Maybe one more year, but
I
think it's definitely tapering off for sure.
Yeah, we do see Damone Kinley in here as well at 8, so he's had a nice stretch. That contract was debatable when you guys paid him, but he's actually proved that he was worth it.
For sure.
Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nick Santos for the Saints. That's, I believe, a receiver. Could be wrong. We see Joaquin Villalobos. There we go.
God damn it. Get him out of here.
Giants Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Giants. Defense Rookie of the Year goes to Philip Bush for the Eagles. Clay Horn at 3. You see Ashton Cooper, your linebacker?
Mike linebacker.
Yep. At 4. Also, that is it. Best QB goes to Von Herren, the GOAT. See Hunter in there at 5. Best running back, Eric Neal. And we also see none of our guys because our run games weren't very good with the injuries and split carries. Delgado, best receiver for the Commanders. They just seem to get really good receivers magically. But we do see no one else for our teams. Best lineman, Larry Crowley. Oh, man, that's a name that you wish was on your squad. But you do get Wyatt Boston there at 2, so there you go. That's at least a plus. Best D lineman, obviously going to be Abdul Carter there. And you do see Damone Kinley at 7. So shout out to him as well. Zeke Teague, former Cardinal. Man, I wish he was still here. But he's going to be
a dog.
Yeah, Bucks linebacker there. Sebastian Barkley at 2, though.
Yeah, I've seen this is the second year both Barkley and Clavijo have been here for this linebacker. Good group.
Quan Wiggins is here at 10, though. Cardinals, probably the best player on the Cardinals this year. Best DB goes to Jacob Parrish, who what a revitalization he's had in Atlanta. Tresman Bellamy at 2.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. No,
another giant looking to win a Super Bowl off of the Giants. Wow.
There you go.
It's just the trend. Tough to see. Also, that's it. Kicker, Braden Narveson, guy who doesn't want to be pictured for the Niners, but we do see none of our guys in here either because apparently we could not kick footballs. So, very interesting year, but we will get into the Super Bowl here as the next thing you guys see. All right, everyone, welcome back to the Arizona Cardinals franchise along with the Giants franchise.
For you guys, actually, we just quickly zoomed ahead in time to the Super Bowl. So you didn't realize a whole day has passed and the first round of the NFL draft is
exactly.
Passed.
I completely forgot. My brain is we usually
you thought we were doing a whole new thing.
This is
the first time we did, but the NFL draft happened, so we had to pause and start
the first
working
round.
the most important round.
Yeah.
When you think NFL draft, you don't really think of the first round.
I'm a day 3 guy myself. I'm really big into the day 3. But speaking of day 3, These teams had to build, through the draft and through free agency, and obviously had to hit down the board to be in this Super Bowl. So let's talk about them. Let's talk about the Jaguars first. I will be commentating for them. So we have their franchise quarterback, Tommy Slay, who, he's had an up and down career, but he's up to a 97 overall playing with morale. Had a nice stretch of seasons of solid, efficient football. And he should be solid for them, and they have some decent backups if he does happen to go down, but hopefully he does not. At running back, possibly one of the best in the league, Eric Lindley has been a big reason why this team has made it this far. Their run game has been very good. Lindley is playing up to a 98. He's an X factor, 29-year-old, very good power back, and they also do have a nice speedy back behind him, elusive back, completely different change of pace guy who, Ramon Schaefer, should be a nice little addition to this offense. And we'll see if they cycle between those two. They do have fullback, Jonathan Pearman, a little veteran fullback. But at receiver, we talk about a guy we haven't really talked about in a long time, but Carlos Compton's still here ever since the first Super Bowl that we saw him in against my Cardinals. And he's 31, but he's still very good. Pretty great deep threat at a 91 overall. But they also have Javier Manuel, who's more in his prime at 28 years old. A bigger guy, bit more of a do-it-all. But he's pretty good. Superstar dev up to a 91. And they also have Andy Columbus, and he is ready to just take over lands of people that, their lands actually belong to. But anyways, he's just a really good deep threat as well. But it's a very good trio here. And they also have some good rookies behind, 3 rookie receivers. So they're building a really nice receiver room here. But these 3 should be very interesting to see. At tight end, Calvin Wilson, who has also been here since that last Super Bowl they were in. A very good all-around tight end. Great hands, good run blocker, solid athlete, decent size. But yeah, he's a solid safety blanket for Tommy Slay. They also have Earl Pearson, who's a nice backup, bit more of a vertical threat. And then they do have a tight end. I guess I should be looking at the depth chart either way, but sadly we won't see the superstar dev tight end who is injured, but that's okay. At left tackle, though, a little bit dicey. Miles Carruthers is their starter. He's playing up to a 77, has a high risk of injury. So we'll have to see if he's going to be okay through this game, and also see how he's going to do against the pass rush with Nick Scorton and Eric what's his name? No, Dennis Daly? No, Daly. I can't remember his first name, but Daly, I'm pretty sure, is one of the edge rushers. Looking at left guard, also not great here, with Marco Hendricks with a severe shoulder wear and tear here, playing to a 73 overall. Not great rookie. And they also have center Dalton Wentz, veteran, decent center here, 79 overall. Right guard, though, much better. Terrell Fairley, 88 overall right guard, very, very good guard. And then at right tackle, they have Gregory Britt, who is playing up to a 74. But he's not great either. So honestly, this O-line is going to be a problem today for the Jags, which is also what they were way back when they played in the Super Bowl against the Cardinals. So, but I think where this team's strength truly is on their defense. You got Camille Knighton, who is a excellent edge rusher, playing up to a 93, and they also have a backup, Evan Kramer, second-year guy, X Factor, playing up to an 87. And then Marion Dunlap on the other side, 88 overall, very solid edge rusher as well. But the D tackles are really great. Christopher Cooper, who's one of the best in the league, X Factor, 99 overall, does have the high injury risk, so we'll see how that goes for him. But they also do have the X Factor, Mark Jeffers, in his third year, 93 overall. They also have another X Factor, Chad Rutherford, who's in his second year, 87 overall. So very good front here. Looking at linebacker, Jack Sherman, Sam, he's decent, 80 overall. Mike linebacker, they got Chris Gordon, who is very rangy, speedy, athletic linebacker, playing up to an 87. Wimbley is their backup at 83 overall. And then they have Matt Looker, 84 overall. Should be pretty solid as well. At corner, it's a really good group. You got Travis Hunter still, veteran at this point, but he is still an elite corner, X factor, 95 overall. They have Kyle Wilcox at the 2, might be in the slot, honestly, but he is a 91 overall. And they also have Greg Pittman out of Pittsburgh, 6'1", 88 overall corner. And they also have a rookie, Antoine Godwin, who's a huge 6'4", big range corner,
Yeah, he's
85
probably
overall.
the succession plan after Hunter retires. You have to think.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what a player to have waiting and learning behind Hunter. Uh, and at receiver, at free safety, Mark Stern. I was just thinking about slot receiver. If Travis Hunter plays on offense, we'll have to look. But Mark Stern's a very good free safety, playing up to a 91 overall. Smaller guy, but definitely a just one of those ball hawks back there. They also have JD Hand. I don't know if he'll get involved at all. But at strong safety, Matthias Gomez, the rookie strong safety, pretty solid. Along with Moses Michaels, who pretty similar type of player, but decent options there. Kicker is Cade York. Punter is Jared Wallner. And out of curiosity, looking at the slot receiver, it's actually Javier Manuel. So Travis Hunter, I mean, he is in the 3rd spot as a slot receiver, but he's probably solely a corner here.
Yeah, especially at this point in his career.
Actually, he's playing slot corner. That's very interesting, given his size. But I mean, yeah, at this point in his career, makes sense. But this is a really good team. I do have my worries with the O-line. I think that's their biggest weakness. And that's going to be the part the Panthers can easily look to exploit there. But everything else is really good on this team.
Yeah, no, it's a very well-rounded team. But yeah, that line is concerning. One of the worst lines I feel like we've seen in the Super Bowl.
Definitely.
Usually most teams have at least a few solid pieces. They have a right guard, and that's it. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams match up. And speaking of how they match up, let's move on to the Carolina mother-loving Panthers. So at quarterback, they have Alex Gleason out of Boston College. He's been solid for them. I feel like he's been kind of not good, actually, but
it's up and down. I feel like
this is probably his best year, and he's been just very. I would honestly, I'm gonna be a bit mean to him. I'm gonna call him a game manager because I think that's what he is.
Whoa.
And we'll see if this white boy can prove me wrong. But I mean, that's not to say he's very accurate. He's just very, he's been safe with the football this season. Maybe not in the playoffs, but he's gotten him to this point. So he's obviously got the chops. But we'll see what Gleason can do in the Super Bowl. Running game is really where it is. So we talked about how Lindley might be the best running back, one of the best running backs, and Neal is the best running back in the league. There's no doubt at this point. Eric Neal, fifth year man out of Michigan. He's just an absolute stud. Absolute stud. I mean, I am excited to see him play because he's just. I really just want to see him go crazy. But
yeah,
we'll see what they we'll see what the Jags have to say about that. Shaden Cooper is the backup out of Memphis. Might get some playing time as well. We'll see. We've seen some backup running backs get employed pretty frequently in these Super Bowls. Actually, before I skip over fullback, do they have a fullback? They do. Alfonso Beltran,
veteran.
I believe both teams have veteran fullbacks.
They do.
So that's fun. So at receiver, this is a weak spot. Man, this also might be why Gleason isn't doing so great passing. Nate Haynes is their leading receiver, the second-year player out of South Dakota State. He's solid, but outside of him, they really have nothing. Juan Vernon, let's probably see some catches from Juan Vernon and Rayshawn Weber, maybe some Keelan Harvey. Guys who are just.
There must be an injury here because let me go look at that real quick because they only have 4 guys rostered currently.
Shouldn't they have
Manny Cabrera is an 87 overall. I'm assuming he's just on IR because it doesn't say he's hurt, but I'm assuming he's just got to be on.
He's on IR. I thought Tristan McDougal wasn't Tristan McDougal on the Jags for a season. I thought he was on the Broncos, right?
He's on the Commanders for a season.
He was on the Commanders. Where's Tristan McDougal now? I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I think he's on the Broncos. Whatever.
Yes, he's on the Broncos. But he's never a Jag. Yeah, so that's a big loss. He's on IR, so dealing with their other receivers.
Yeah, that's brutal. But they're gonna have to find a way to get this ball moving. They do have a weapon though at tight end, William Valdez, who's a very good tight end.
Maybe 2.
He's they do actually have a second really good tight end. I mean, I think this is going to definitely be how they try to move the ball in the air.
Yeah.
2 tight end set, of course, both for running the football, and I feel like that's going to be their 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 game plan here on offense. You'd think very
I
good tight
mean,
end game here. I
yeah,
feel like they have a lot of options.
that could be their key.
That could be the key. William Valdez and Isaiah Woodson. Left tackle Sheldon Giles, who is dealing with an ankle
Mm,
situation here, but he's a good tackle if he can play. Left guard Hunter Rainey, he's solid at left guard. Won't be a liability, but he won't be amazing. Howie Hitchcock, same thing. He's solid at center. There's also some depth here with Marco Jimenez. At right guard, they do have a pretty good right guard here. Josh Garcia, the USF, and at right tackle, they also have a pretty solid right tackle, Dane Weary. Yeah, not a great line, but not bad line. Definitely
definitely
not as
better.
bad as the Jags. Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
a better line. They've done a better job of protecting Gleason, and it's also helped, of course, with the run game.
yeah.
So that is important. And here's the D line here. Nick Scorton off the left edge. He's a stud. He's a veteran. And yeah, he's here trying to get the Panthers their first Super Bowl. At right edge, Keegan Daly, who is also dealing with
Oh,
the injury situation here on his arm, but he's going to play through it, put a brace on it. He's a very, very good edge if they can get him on the field. At defensive tackle, they have some very nice options here, but again, injury concerns with Cordy Borden dealing with a kind of this chest situation here. But behind him, Zach Lockley, who's also dealing with the ankle issue. This Panthers team's beat up.
yeah.
Braxton Cheeks
Hell
is
yeah,
the, is
brother.
the next guy.
That's
So
the
you
man. Might see some
might see some
cheeks.
might see some cheeks on this in this game.
Uh,
Sam linebacker, Jonathan Foster. Sam linebackers haven't really been that impactful. I think the last one I remember having an impact was Jalen Waddle for the
yeah,
Broncos, but
yeah.
I don't know about on this situation. Pat Person is the leading Mike linebacker of the team. He's the captain, has all 5 stars. At will, Sal Gomez, also a pretty solid linebacker here for the Panthers. At corner, this is a pretty solid group. I wouldn't say amazing, but let's break it down. They have the rookie Lamar Brooks, who's currently starting over the other two, currently playing DB1. They have a lot of trust in Lamar. And behind him is Tresman Bellamy, former Giant. He's here with the Panthers. And he's a very good, solid corner as well. And Stephon Smith as well. So very nice little corner group. I also see some DeMarco Weston, but we'll see. Moving on to safety. Pierce Smith will be your capstone free safety for this game. He's a pretty solid athlete. I'd say he's definitely serviceable, more than serviceable. At strong safety, they have a game changer, Alan Foreman, out of Georgia, and I think he's gonna look for some opportunities here to be a game wrecker. And yeah, I think that's really it. Shane Rush is the kicker, and Marcel Curtis is the punter.
Alrighty. Yeah, two very interesting teams. I do think they each have their holes. Obviously health has been a big factor for the Panthers, more so than the Jags today,
Yeah,
as it
absolutely.
looks.
It's
But
not
we'll
really,
see.
definitely not really comparable. It's rough, but Panthers are, I think, are maybe a more well-rounded team if they can stay healthy.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
whatever that.
It's gonna be tough though with those receivers the way they are, and I don't know. The Jags defense is very good, so that run game, Eric Neal's gonna really have to break this defense down if they want to win this one. But I mean, you could say the same on the Jags side. They really need to hold up in pass protection, and also be able to hold up for Lindley on the ground because that O line is not great. So Panthers pass rush, if they can stay healthy, could cause some havoc today. But this is definitely an interesting matchup. Two teams that I feel like have some similarities, but definitely different in a lot of ways as well. Um, but we're gonna go ahead and start up, and the Panthers will be starting.
Let's see it. Okay. A return started at around the 5-yard line, tackled pretty quickly there. Got kind of sandwiched, and here comes the man himself, Alex Gleason. He's had a solid year, but just very safe with the football, very smart with the football, and it's gotten them to the Super Bowl. So they're going to continue to lean on his efficient play and hope that he can pull them through. So it's going to be a quick shot from under center.
Oh
And an
no!
immediate injury timeout before we could even really understand that play.
54. That's one of their linemen.
54. That's going to
Hitchcock, their
be
center, I think.
that's 54. Yep, that is Howie Hitchcock, their center.
That's. I
That's
mean,
not
they
good.
have good depth, but it sucks when your starter for an O line is
Absolutely.
out.
Absolutely. A play action off of the running back, and he's going to hand it off to him, or he's going to throw it to him. Sorry, Eric Neal on play action, and they're going to be faced with a quick 3rd down, 3rd and 3 here to find a way to convert. They're looking to throw in the shotgun. He's
Oh man.
rolling back and just running way too far back. Didn't throw it away. Camille Knighton bagging him. Of course, former Giant. He's an absolute demon off the edge, and you don't want to give him a lane.
Yeah, and I think this is where we're going to see some worries here with Gleason holding on the ball too long, waiting for his receivers to get open. Because, I mean, his receivers are definitely not the greatest group at getting open, especially against this great secondary. That's going to give time for this great pass rush to hit home, even with a good Panthers line. It's going to be concerning, but we'll be seeing what the Jazz can do with their first drive of the day. Gonna have some decent return. Oh, nice juke, and he's gonna get up to the 39. So solid field positioning for Tommy Slay and company. And you know, you could say the same, very similar things about him and Gleason, but I do think Slay is a more polished player. Definitely brings some more poise. But they're gonna go 3-man rush here. Slay has a ton of time. Has to just kind of launch it away with Scorton actually getting in right at the end there, and obviously dropping 8 into coverage. You're gonna have very good coverage. But yeah, all these injuries.
They are missing Frost.
Yeah,
That's someone we should have talked about.
Yeah, Dante Frost, former first-round pick, out along with their #1 receiver. He's been on IR. Here's a 4-man rush. And it's going to be a quick throw. Compton with a catch takes a hit, but fights through to 46. So 3rd and 3, going empty here for Slay. See, they want to spread this defense out for sure in the passing game. Here's another 3-man rush. Slay looking fine and just launching it down the field. 1-on-1, and it's almost intercepted by number 21. That is Bellamy, former Giant, on Columbus. It looked like he panicked and kind of just chucked it up to Columbus there because Gordon was getting in again. So another punt, and both defenses' pass rushers have been getting in. I do think that's the strength of both of these defenses.
Definitely, but the Panthers are going to have to start even further back than they did last drive. So
yeah,
it's going to be more pressure on Gleason here to get this going. I feel like this will be a very heavy possession, field position game here.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's going to be whichever team can really get plus field position on the other. So it's going to be a motion out to this man's going to be play action working off of Neal. He's going to throw it right to Neal, and he's just going to get plenty of work. He's going to get work in the pass game and in the run game. He's the guy on offense. Maybe the tight end's getting involved, but Neal's the guy.
Absolutely. And I was going to say, they didn't run it at all last drive, but they did throw it to him once or twice. So I do think we'll see him definitely get utilized one way or another. And I think that's a good call because he is their best player by far.
He is. And him and Gleason have a good connection. So 1st and 10. We have a kind of like I think this is double stack, I believe. He looking to throw a quick shot there to his man. It's just going to be dumped right off for a gain of 5. Finding his man, Juan Vernon, on that one. 5.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. He just gets bagged, and he drops the football. He coughs it up.
Oh, that's brutal.
Great play by the Jags, our D-line, who just are setting the tone right now. And Camille Knight scoops up the stripped sack.
I think that was Cooper. Number 70? No, that is Cooper. Yeah, Christopher Cooper knocked it out with the sack. Yeah, and Knighton, great job falling on it right away. But that's going to set up for great field position for the Jags here. Already in field goal range with a chance to put up a touchdown at the 30-yard line. And, yeah, that's a brutal turnover for Gleason and the offense. But here's Slay. 4-man rush, pressured, and he's sacked. This might get really dicey here. This might look like the Raiders-Bucks game that we saw a few years ago in the Super Bowl.
That would be fun to watch for sure. Yeah, the total yards are kind of reflecting that.
But here's going to be a handoff for the first time. Lindley fighting off a tackler and trying to truck through, but takes a huge hit. Does get 5 back, but still 3rd and 11. So going to be still a tough conversion to make here. 3 receivers out to the left here. Motioning. Oh, God, what's his name? I can't remember. Javier over, and it's going to be a quick throw caught, but it's going to be short. Columbus not able to fully get across the big ocean blue.
Well, what do you do here? 4th and
I
1.
I
At
think you go for
21.
it. I think your defense has been excellent. You trust the defense. It looks like they might get this QB sneak, and it's going to be right there easily. I mean, I don't know what the Panthers' defensive look was supposed to be, but it was not a good look against a very high probability QB sneak. But going under center, motioning, and it's going to be a little fake handoff to Lindley this time, and another loss of a yard here. Gomez on the tackle. Panthers defense definitely staying strong here, obviously, with short field position. Hoping to hold him to 3. Or maybe force turnover.
Every point is crucial in these
Yeah,
kinds of games.
absolutely. Here's a pass, but another pressure. I mean, these defenses are batting off on the O-lines. And that's Daly and a couple other guys getting there. I mean, pretty much Jags O-line just got beat immediately as a whole, except for
Yeah, Keegan Daly and
beat.
Scorton were there to say hi to him.
Yeah,
Along with the
I think
tackle
Cheeks.
to finish off.
Yeah, Cheeks finished him off.
Oh, yeah, Cheeks. Look at Cheeks getting in there.
Yeah, but
Wow.
no, these pass rushes are they're the story of this game right now, and you know, we'll see. We'll see. In 3rd and 20, it's very hard to pick this up, but we'll see what they can do. Another 4-man rush. Pressure Scorton, but he gets it over to the middle, and he drops it. It's Compton who couldn't bring it in. Bellamy in the coverage, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to convert those long plays when you're already, you know, getting pressured, like, immediately. You can't really get the receivers far enough downfield, but they take their 3, and that's huge. Cade York, best kicker in the AFC, making it through here and getting the lead. And that, I mean, like you said, every point in these types of games will matter so much more than in a shootout because they're hard to come by.
Definitely. Panthers going to get the return here, and a nice little spin move there, working off of 43, but only getting up to 26. Here's the signal caller. Gleason back on the field. Last 2 drives have just been sack, get off the field. It's been that, and of course, the fumble was detrimental to his team. They got to find a way to move the football, however that's going to be. And I think that's going to start with working Eric Neal into the run game, but he's going to just dump it right back off to Juan Vernon for a gain of 3. I would expect hopefully to see these tight ends get involved in the pass game, get the running back involved in the run and pass game. I think that's really where their strengths are. They're going to motion Vernon, working off play action off of Eric Neal, going to dump it off to him in the flat, work his way up to 3rd and 1 off the gain of 6. Eric Neal with 3 catches, 24 yards already on the day. In the limited action that the Panthers offense has had. 3rd and 1, this is a critical one, working off play action, Eric Neal. And yeah, it's going to be a throwaway.
There's an injury too. Oh, okay, Knighton getting a little chippy. It might have been Knighton, yeah. Knighton a little hurt on this one. It's not great to see heading right to the locker room either. Yeah, I don't like the amount of passing the Panthers are doing. I think they. Oh, this is a long punt. Okay, I like that they're doing play actions because they know the Jaguars are looking for Eric Neal to to stop him immediately, but I mean they have not ran the ball very much at all, and I think they need to set the tone better, but. We'll see. They do get at least solid field positioning against the Jags here. Slay getting pressured, sacked again, and that's Gomez there. And yeah, these lines are looking really rough here. It's the first quarter. Just imagine when they get tired, they're gonna get ravaged later in the game. But maybe one more play before the quarter ends. They were gonna take it here. It's a 4-man rush, and he's gonna get it out to the tight end Wilson. To pick up 7 to end the first quarter. So 3-0 ball game, but man, these defenses are playing top-notch football right now.
Yeah, it's really where both defenses are at. Elite units and lines that are struggling with injury and depth concerns.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, but I mean, I do think both offenses just need to figure out how to adjust here because these D-lines are going to keep bringing pressure, and if they're getting home with 4-man rushes, they don't have to blitz. They can drop in the coverage and be fine. Here's another 4-man rush. Slay getting pressured, has a little bit of time though, and throws it out to his man Columbus, but short of the yard of gains there. So another punt, and again, it just feels like it's going to be field possession for some of these drives. It's purely just to try to punt this and pin them further. They're going to take it within the 25 and tackle quickly at the 31.
Yeah. So Gleason's got to get something figured out here. It's really just Jags haven't played that well, but they've played better than the Panthers at least. They got the field goal, and it feels like the Panthers have just been more in their own way. How to find a way to get these first downs here.
Absolutely.
We can throw Alex Gleason in the pocket, bump it off. That's a really, really tight throw. And he finds his tight end there. That's a quick one to William Valdez.
I think that was Hunter who tried to jump that. Yeah, that was Hunter.
Yeah, Valdez just shoulders him out, and that's the advantage of having these big pass-catching tight ends. He's not really the fastest, but he's big and he's sure-handed, 6'6" man out of Tulane, and that's going to be a big first down for them to get here on plus territory at the 48. Quick handoff to Eric Neal for a gain of 4, and I just expect him to get hopefully more involved. At least the Panthers should consider it because he's a monster on the ground and in the air.
Absolutely.
But 2nd and 6 here, they're in much better position than they have been. Here's Alex Gleason. The line is doing plenty of work, giving him plenty of time to make a read, and that's just going to be right back to his man Valdez for the first down. Line's starting to hold up a little bit, especially with that Camille Knighton issue that was happening. It might have helped for sure. 1st and 10 at the 38. We'll take a quick shot there to his man underneath. Just kind of taking what he can get there. That's Nate Haynes on 2-yard reception. At the 35, Gleason making pointing something out here at the line, pointing something else out. It's a snap looking to throw. Pressure's coming. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, that tackle just got absolutely bullied out of the play. I mean, that's just insane work they done that.
Going empty against these defensive lines is just a very sketchy call because they're already beating 5 guys. I think you need at least another guy to at least throw them off a little bit.
They are blocking Eric Neal on this play, which gave him, I think, slightly more time to deliver a quick 4-yard strike, but 39 is going to be a long field goal if you're going to try it.
I mean, I imagine they would, and they should.
Oh,
he's slow to get up.
He's been beaten up today.
Really?
Yeah. And nope, they're punting it. They don't trust their field goal, their kicker.
I do say the rookie definitely doesn't have the biggest leg, so I get that, but okay, down at the 11. Looker, that's their Will linebacker. Down, not great to see, but
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is gonna be the worst field position the Jags start with all day. So Panthers would love to find some sort of either quick 3 and out, maybe a turnover on this side of the field would be huge. And that almost was a jump off sides. But here's a run, Lindley up the middle, just fighting through contact. It's still going. That's a huge 17-yard run, and another injury, and that one's really bad. That's Alan Foreman, I believe, the safety. The young safety, that's a brutal one. You hate to see that. He's such a great safety back there. Just lays the boom. And that's brutal. And that's also a great run from Lindley, though, to start off and puts them in much better positioning here. And here's another handoff to Lindley up the middle. Huge hit on him, but does get 5. And I do think both these running backs are extremely talented, and I think both offenses really want to get them utilized at least in one way, shape, or form. Obviously, the Panthers have definitely gone more so in the pass route here with Neal, but they're running it with Lindley a lot. Here's a play action and throw to him this time, and he gets the first down. That's 3 straight plays to Lindley. And show
10 years until this franchise blows up, and we'll look back on it, or we'll just let it rest. We'll figure it out. But yeah, thank you all for the support. It's been a fun franchise, and
all right,
6-0. Jags win the Super Bowl.
Get them utilized.
Jags. It's always a fun little narrative there.
True. But yeah, brutal Super Bowl. But thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Take it easy.